All right, what is up, everybody? Look who it is, man. Silicon Secure, VV Magic, my two favorites in the house. We got more people coming in. Comics and Crypto's coming. Ryan's coming. It's a VV party. What's up, fam?
What's up?
What's
guys?
up? What's going on?
What is up?
How are we doing?
People are happy, man. They're throwing in red circles. They're saying, what a day. People are saying hi, claps, hit that like button. Let's fucking go. Got the green Lambo representing. We got them all in here.
Hey, I got to give a massive shout out to Raven. It looks like she's one of your subscribers. She's a channel member of mine as well. She took home first place in Discord poker out of 26 people today. So go Raven, girl power.
She's a good player.
Wow.
Really good. So I had to give her a shout out. And she's been very, very excited about this stream. So thank you for being here.
That is impressive.
Hi, guys.
There he is.
Hi. What's up, friends?
What's up, man? Looking good.
Hey. Ditto.
New setting for you.
You in forever.
Yeah. I'm staying at a friend's place at house sitting their pups. Yeah, for a few days.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
Man,
You guys been watching Ted Lasso? You watching Ted Lasso at all?
Not me.
I haven't seen it. No.
Has nobody here watched Ted Lasso? Guys, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
That's it. I'm leaving.
Chad, you're into soccer. You love soccer too. Is anybody in the stream watch? Is anybody in the audience watch Ted Lasso? Just like
Put your
right in the
hands
chat
up.
on the side. Like, please
Yeah.
help me convince these guys that you watch Ted Lasso.
Support Sean.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
Man,
I got
Silicon's
you
in,
back, Sean. I don't know who you is, but whatever's going on, I got you.
Silicon's in Canada right now, believe it or not.
Oh, no way. What
Hey.
part?
Hey.
I got some loonies, eh?
You having fun?
I got
I bet
some
you that
support
American
money here.
dollar,
Some plat.
Oh,
that's worth like $4 American.
dude. Canada has the prettiest money by far of any country I've ever seen in my life. It's like a rainbow of money. It's amazing.
You can wash it. You can literally wash.
Oh, you can actually watch. Yeah,
You just can't-
wow. Oh, man.
You just can't dry it. Don't put it in the dryer.
Man, good to see you guys. Did you guys all looks like I know Silicon and Magic both completed the platinum set. Sean, did you do
Yeah,
it too?
congrats, guys. No. No,
Did you
I need
land
to,
anything
though.
on the
I need
drop?
to. No, I went for everyone's strategy, Dumbo, then went for Minnie, and then I saw Mickey Mouse, and I was like, yeah, let's go for Mickey at least. And I was able to swoop Mickey up, but I was very impressed that it all sold out. That was awesome to see that. Man.
Yeah, I actually anticipated when the structure got changed. I actually anticipated that Mickey and Donald wouldn't sell out. So I was surprised how quickly they sold out.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we all
that's
stacked.
awesome.
I went in there. I'm like, oh, they're still available. Let me buy a couple more. Let me get a couple more. And I'm like, 3 Mickeys in, 2 Donalds in, and I got a mini all on the drop. And so
What?
just added a Dumbo at the
Wow.
end.
That's
Oh my
amazing. Killed it.
Aftermarket. I bought my Dumbo aftermarket. Everything else was from the store.
Same.
Wow.
And the minis. Minis are
Yeah, I tapped.
I was talking to
perfectly on Minnie. And I was like, I already know I have no chance with Dumbo. At least I have like a minuscule chance if I go for Minnie. And I just tapped perfectly. And I'd taken like thousands of photos and videos off my phone yesterday. I think that helped. Because my phone, and it's like has the big storage, it's at like 97%. I have like 30,000 pictures and videos on there. And I took a bunch off, and I think it definitely helped. So
Do you have cloud storage? Do you use that at
I
all?
only have like what the minimum is. And yeah.
Yeah.
I keep telling her to sign up for subscription, but she refuses to use the cloud.
I'm stuck in my ways.
Actually, go past the free tier.
I was anxious though doing that. I watched this Dumbo on the market, gosh, most of the morning, and I almost pulled the trigger. I saw it hit like 209, and I tried to snatch it. And even in like the 220s, I tried to snatch it, and I just didn't time it right. And then it like shot back up, and I'm like, oh my God, I missed it. And I waited for it to come back down. I'm happy with my buy price. I could have gotten it cheaper, but overall, I'm happy. My goal is to complete that set, so I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Kudos
what
to
the real
you.
news? what the real news today was?
What's that?
It wasn't platinum. It wasn't platinum moments. You know what it was?
What?
And people were making fun of this in the spaces. That first golden moment set at the prices that I'm seeing today, and people calling it OG. Oh, it's a different crowd. It doesn't matter. Sean, you know how this works. First are first. Do you remember your first? I remember.
Yeah.
So
Awkward.
a first is a first, and then of that, yeah, the second golden moment, Valentine golden moment, yeah, those aren't the first. The first Star Wars, R2D2 at 300 and change, C3PO at 200 and change, Elf under 200. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's more editions, but you know what? Those are the museum pieces, people. They're making fun of the current
watching
prices.
those prices and almost pulled the trigger on a couple of them. I wanted to get another Elsa and I wanted to get another Disney D, and I almost pulled the trigger and I hesitated. And then it was interesting. I was like, okay, I'm going to wait and just watch what happens. And I thought that they were going to like go down more because everyone's waiting for the new shiny thing. And it actually did the opposite. The prices rose a little bit. And I went, oh, I'll wait for them to come back down. But I have like the target prices in my head now where I want to see them. And I would like to get another of
it was the pressure of the platinum moments because money's recirculating back in, right? Like people are trying to sell their stuff to buy the new stuff. Right. And people are resisting putting more money into the app. So they're putting pressure on the existing collectibles, but that doesn't mean that the new shiny toy is, I mean, they're beautiful. I bought some. But,
they're cool.
It wasn't like I sold my Walt for it or sold my golden moments for it. And so, with the golden moments, it's like getting my attention, especially how people are negging the golden moments. And I'm like, do you know that Walt and Mickey statue, unless they come out with a platinum one and try to counterfeit it, but even if they did, it would be just a commercial for the first. Yeah. So I still believe as a collector, collectors want the first. And that's my strategy, and that those hold importance. But I don't know, Sean, I want to get your take on that.
I mean, historically, those are so significant. I mean, you have so many different IPs that are first ever on the blockchain, and actually, we're going to start doing some videos called "First on the Blockchain," and we'll talk about specific collectibles that were the first on the blockchain, not just on Vivi, but also other platforms as well, like Wax and Eternity. So we're excited to cover different collectibles on the blockchain. But yeah, the golden moments, man, those, and it was cool actually to hear Alex say, and I think it was on the space that they're still trying to figure out ways to potentially bring utility for them. But regardless, I mean, I'm still bullish on them either way. I mean, I still have my other Walt. I was going to sell another one, but I still have two left, and I'm going to probably just keep it. I decided just to keep it. I'm not going to. Yeah, I have certain level of expectations for that, and I'm like, I can't. I mean, I would love to sell for lightsabers, but
Walt's not worth Walt's worth what Walt's worth without the utility, right? Like, yes, 100%. It would be great to have some utility.
Hey, buddy.
Hey guys, hey girls.
You're in Vancouver? I thought you were out of town. Or awesome. You live in a van and you just drive around everywhere?
Yeah, I have no set location. So
like this big RV and you slide out your studio?
Yeah. No, I'm so sorry. I've been over. I don't live in Vancouver, and I've been into the city 2 weekends in a row. Last weekend with Metaverse Life, that was amazing. So you're there now, and I can't come and see you, Silicon. I'm so like, because you're really close to me. I can take a ferry, but I just can't.
Where are you, dude? Are you on Victoria?
No, I'm over on the island, which is like, just the ferry ride. I'm not Victoria, but I'm in a small town nearby. So I used to live in Vancouver, but not anymore. So I'd come over again, but it'd be 3 weekends in a row, and I'd get in a lot of trouble.
No, I understand. I was thinking of going to Canucks game tomorrow night, checking it out versus San Jose Sharks, but I also have to work while I'm here, or at least, go through the motions. I'm excited to be a tourist. I've been to Vancouver probably like 10, 15 times.
That's awesome. Let me know, please, when you come through again, because then I would love to, even just to come over for a couple hours and have a coffee.
I'll try to get closer to you next time. Maybe go on.
It's super close. It's super close.
Man, we got sleeping in the house too, guys. So many people. Now we should have called this video the VV party video, right? This is the old momentum. I miss this, like when we were just talking about the fandom and everybody was in here and we didn't have to convince anybody. Now it's like feels like people are here naturally now. So
I mean, putters are canceling themselves, so it's working out.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite too. It's awesome to be here with you guys. It's so awesome.
How was the meetup? Tell us about the meetup. I'm so glad that you and Metaverse got to meet. That's so cool.
Metaverse, as you guys know, I know you know Sean, right? He's like the best guy I've ever met. Like, this guy is an absolutely amazing dude. He's so nice. And he set the whole thing up. We met at this place called Good Co, which is kind of like this, it used to be a nightclub back in the day. Like, I remember going out, like we're talking years ago. I don't do that anymore. But it's all turned into kind of like this video game pinball sort of like sports bar, 2 levels. It's really amazing. So he had a table set up for us. And of course, there's only about 8 or 9 of us or so, which was kind of, it's totally great. And so people drove in. I came over. And we had some food and we just got a chance to talk and meet. Then he handed out some prizes. I won the shirt. I got this shirt right here, the blue one.
Nice. Oh,
yeah,
cool.
So I'm super excited. He had some VV500 shirts, which were cool. And then we went to a comic shop, a famous one on Granville Street called Golden Age. Silicon, if you want to go for look at,
I'm at Granville and Nelson right now. I'm like, I don't know how far that.
It's right down the street from you, man. It's called Golden Age Collectibles. And we went in there. We bought a bunch of comics because, we're all psychos. And it was great. And then we just had a good time. And then we all dispersed, went our ways. And then I actually had a chance to meet him again in the morning. We had some breakfast before I had to head out of town and before he headed out of town. So it was so cool just to meet him and chat with him. And he told me all sorts of cool stuff about, and all of us too. But when it was just him and I, he told me just about how he's making the vid and stuff. And it was just really cool. So great guy, super fun. And it's only the second time I've ever met any VV people other than Decon. Like, I've never, so for me, it was like another moment to connect with the fam, and like the people who showed up are they're all legends. He tagged a picture of us. So you can go see, if you follow him on Twitter, all of us that came. So it was crazy. It was fun.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I heard someone drove like 400 miles to get to this thing. Is that true?
Yeah, down from Kelowna, which is like the central British Columbia, like about 4.5 to 5 hours, and stayed the night. Amazing. And so but
a ferry ride is too far for you.
I knew it. I knew you'd hit me up.
You're setting them up.
The ferry goes both ways.
Ooh, that's true.
Just saying. It's not a one-way ferry.
I want to go to your island of one.
Yeah, you want to come to the island?
Island style.
But yeah,
I'm just messing with you.
Yeah.
Man, how'd you do today on the drop? My collectibles. Did you get anything, brother, or what'd you do? I think you got a Mickey, or no? What'd you get?
Yeah, I got the Mickey. I went for the Dumbo, right? And just because secret rare, I thought, and then I was like, I immediately went to Mickey though. Like, I tried the Dumbo, didn't get it, like instantaneously. Like, there was not even I don't know about you, everybody here, because I missed the first part here, but there was no chance. Like, which is fine. I kind of expected that. And then I went straight to the Mickey and I got one, and I was super happy to do that. And then I got like a higher mint number, which is fine. I was going to keep it. But then I saw somebody put a 3-digit on the floor for like, it was like 55. And so I sold the one that I got, and I got the 3-digit. And then I just watched it for a bit longer, right? And so that's my plan. I got the Mickey. Now I'm going for the potion. I'm going to get the Mickey poster. That's my plan. And I might pick up a couple of the others in the market. So, as I watch it, right, between now and next Wednesday. So I don't know how about you guys did, but I got my Mickey. He's beautiful. Do you see him in the app, by the way?
Yeah.
He looks cool. Amazing, right? So I'm super happy to have that one.
So what are you guys doing with these potions? Like Magic, are you going to be like getting 5 potions, like 1 to keep, 4 to burn, 4 posters? Like, how is that going to play out? Like, I think it's going to be a high entry.
So fun.
But what do you think? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the market and I'm gonna see what happens. Obviously, I'll try for the drop, but my odds are pretty slim. but I'll still hope and try. You never know if you don't try. I ideally would like to own 3. I would like to have one to keep, have one to burn, and then have one where I can like wait last minute and make the decision like I wish I had saved it or I wish I had burned it. So I really, really hope at a minimum that I get 2 of them. But it was funny because I was in some of my comments. I'm a little bit behind now this afternoon, but I was in some of my comments, and Michael Campa was saying how hard it's going to be to get the full poster series for matching all these. And I was like, dude, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
And there's going to be people that want to complete that set. That, in my opinion, is going to be one of the hardest sets to complete on the app. Like, that's going to be so hard because you don't know how many people are going to hold potions versus burning them. You don't know which posters, which ones are going to be extremely scarce versus, I mean, everyone may do, Dumbo and Minnie, and there may only be a handful of Mickey and Donald. And so completing a set like that is going to be really, really tricky. It's going to be way harder to do that than to complete the Platinum Moments 3D collectibles themselves. So I hadn't even thought about it, but I certainly won't be doing that. That's just way out of my realm. Bravo to anybody that does. But yeah, ideally, I'd like to at least have one to hold and one to burn. So we'll see. And I don't know what I would burn for yet. I would probably wait and watch what happens.
That Dumbo poster looks really cool. They all look pretty cool, but that Dumbo one especially looks awesome.
By the looks, that's what I haven't studied them, but just glancing at them, that's the one that I was drawn to the most. Also, that collectible I was drawn to the most. I just thought it looked really beautiful.
Wow, super exciting. And we got a question from Stan here. And folks, keep throwing questions in the chat. We got all the legends in here, man. I couldn't believe when all of them said yes. I get FOMO seeing their faces. So anyways, Stan says, any opinion right now on IMX partnering with Polygon and their mission for ownership and interoperability? Like, will Veve'S mission align with IMX? And is this a bigger deal than just Polygon and IMX? Like, what does this potentially mean for Veve?
Means go buy some IMX. Or it's cheap.
It's cheap.
And as far as Veve's already on IMX. Like, why does it have to be all in on something? Have you ever just went all in on one thing and just ate pie all day? No, you try different. You have a square meal. So Veve is part of it. They're Australian. Robbie's Australian. He knows his shit. The Veve team had mentioned that they had a strong bond early on because of that, locality. So yeah, I think it's great. It just means more advertising for IMX, which if Veve ever does decide to release NFTs on a different marketplace, it would probably be the IMX marketplace.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, that's always what we've been hoping for, at least on, with IMX, right? At least with some of the artist stuff. I remember the early conversations we had, remember? Not everything might show up there, but I still have some Action Comics 1 HRO cards on IMX. I have a whole stack of them over there because I couldn't get the HRO early on, right? So I like the platform. But yeah, I mean, I just like to wait for like announcements. I think it's good, right? I mean, all of that stuff is really good. It's just
we're on the right platform. We're on the right platform. It's good news.
It's fantastic. Great for the space. I don't know.
Polygon's a chain, right? It's not like it's they're still on Ethernet and Polygon. So, or I'm sorry, not Ethernet. What is it? Ethereum and Polygon. So they're on the 2 biggest NFT chains now. Like, what else is there?
Yeah, I feel like Veve they want to be the marketplace. They want people to come onto the Veve app. That's why I love how when they announced on the Veve'Verse you can bring other collectibles into the Veve'Verse. So it just shows how much they want people to come to be. They want it to be the go-to place. But having the option to be on Immutable X is a big deal too. But Polygon, they're a massive gamification. They're a massive network for gamification. I mean, you heard the news. I don't know if you guys heard today, but Sony just filed a patent for NFT use, which is massive deal. Massive deal. This is the patent. This is what the patent is. NFT network for transferring and using digital assets between game platforms. Wow. Guys, that's massive. We've been talking about this for so long. Gamification, there's going to be a future where kids are going to say, you used to play games for free? What? That's crazy, and that's kind of where it's going. I mean, it's exciting stuff.
That goes right into the story, right, Sean? Because if it rolls right into the story, because if you're playing games and you want a place to be able to do transfers, Polygon's going to be or IMX is going to be the place.
Yeah, definitely.
Man, and then we had Ubisoft.
I might add some lag, by the way. I got shitty internet in this.
Oh, that's fine. You're in Canada now, bro.
Yeah.
Shit's different here.
We're lucky that Pirates
so bad.
know this.
Yeah, you're lucky my collectibles not even get to produce content, right?
I know, right? I know. But you're in Toronto, so you're the center of the universe, right? So you're good.
That's true.
That's what it is like. That's what it's like up here in Canada, guys. Toronto's center of the universe.
Yeah. That's what they say.
Yeah. Silicon, you're out in the boonies now. You're on the West Coast.
I'm in
you're
the city.
in the middle of nowhere.
The shitty internet is like the cheapest plan. Like they put, the Airbnb, they're like, okay, we're going to give you the 6 meg plan or something. I don't know. But I go test my internet and I get like 6 meg down. I'm like, I'm standing by the router. What the hell? So I turn off my Wi-Fi and I use the 5G and I get 600 down. I'm like, okay, let's go. And on the drop, I went for Mini, got it. Then I went for Donald, got it. Or no, I think I went Donald. No, I went Donald first, Minnie, then Mickey, and I didn't even try for Dumbo.
Wow.
And then I saw the Mickey pop up a couple times, and I was able to. Then it was coming back himself after 4 minutes or whatever it was, and I think Magic did the same thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Man, that's crazy. And you saw the Ubisoft announcement too, right? Today? Like with the what does that mean? Like, I'll be honest, I don't know enough about those characters, but I mean, I just knew what Ubisoft was, and then I saw Reese's tweet being like, "What a crazy week, Potion." Like freaking talking about Disney 100, like all these things that they're doing, and then he's like, and now Ubisoft. So like, what
that guy, that little like Rabbids, I didn't really know exactly what they were either, right? And I looked them up. It was super quick. They're like a character, a game character. You guys might know a bit more, but it almost seems like it's like their mascot now. It seems like they're kind of like, and they remind me of, when I was looking at them, they remind me of like Minions, like how they're all the same but different. And they're kind of like, and so they got this game, they got a bunch of games that they've been in, including that Mario game. And then I was on the Ubisoft site, and of course we all know they do Assassin's Creed and like Far Cry, right? I believe, and like Tom Clancy stuff and all the big maybe that's the AAA thing that David was talking about in his Binance interview. It's a AAA brand that he was adding like this week or whatever, coming up soon, because they're like, those are big games. So to me, it's like a doorway right into their their different gaming. Like if they have like those other IPs show up, like if you have like Assassin's Creed stuff show up here and other stuff, but it looks like it's kind of like a fun like a character that's in there in a bunch of games right now. That's like a mascot almost, to me. That's the way I saw it. Like, I don't see it as their official mascot, but they seem to say it's kind of like their thing, like that dude, that little Rabbids guy. You guys might know a bit more than me, but I did a basic little video about it, just my understanding of it. Looking for more info though.
That's good to know. Check that video out, everybody, because I need to learn more too. And imagine if it's not David Yu's AAA announcement and they come up with something else tomorrow.
It's crazy, right? Like I went to their site, Ubisoft, and actually there's an article I found that it just shows all the top games that they've produced, like all time. They're not all brand new, right? And they list the top like 20. So I just scrolled through, and the game with Mario and the Rabbids, that kind of looks like a collab sort of game, is like, I think their number 16th game all time in terms of like, I guess how much it's made or whatever. I know, Sean, you know all about games and collecting. I mean, you probably have those. You probably have those graded right now. You probably have a 9.8 or a 90 or however they're graded. How do they do games, by the way? Did they do it like toys, like 90, or do they do a 9.8 like a comic? Just a quick little.
Yeah, so the VGA does it. So you're talking about VGA. So VGA does. They grade games and also into action figures. But that's the scale that you fall. So 90, 95, or 100.
It's out of 100, right? It's
out of 100. Yeah, and then WADA does it like a 9.8, a 9.6, kind of like the CGC grading scale.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to that yet? The gaming. collecting video games or the
Oh,
collectibles?
well, I actually haven't, and there's a very specific reason for that. It's the same reason I didn't do Pokemon as well. I sold them in my store, okay? Like, but mostly I sold 80s art like cartridge. I sold like Nintendo and Atari and the kind of the older stuff. I didn't get into the grading of the newer releases stuff, like how you've been tweeting a lot and how you've been, that stuff's incredible, right? I only started to notice that recently, but and then with Pokemon as well, I only sold the packs and cards. I never got into collecting because I know if I did, it would be like over. I had to, like, I don't know about you guys. I had to channel my collections, I stick stuck with my vintage toys, and I got back into comics. If I went into Pokemon, I'd be broke because I know I would go down the tunnel, and specifically video games too. Like I had all the old cartridges. I would sell like Ataris and Nintendo stuff. But if you go into any collectible shop around here now, half the store is video games.
Wow.
Yeah, like that's on the wall, like for sale, like. It used to be comics, toys, sports cards, whatever, Pokemon and all that. But now half the stores like video games, consoles, controllers, like it's crazy. So yeah.
That's crazy. I had a question come in earlier from Steve, and maybe we'll start with like Silicon and then go to Magic and go around the table. And he was talking about these rabbits being the mascot for Ubisoft, and he asked, what would be the mascot for Vivi if you guys had to choose? So Silicon, I think I know your answer for that, but what would you choose, bro? Vivi's mascot.
I mean, I'll leave Todd out of it, but I'll say that the Vivi logo is sort of the mascot right now, but I would love to see a David Yu Collector 9000 like super secret rare, like create a new level, like just smash all my MCP points against it. But David Yu could make that right now. He doesn't need permission from anybody except himself.
It would be an instant sellout.
Yeah.
Magic, how about you?
I was gonna say the same. I like I like the logo. Not because I have one. I feel like if I'm thinking of if I'm thinking of the company, I mean, obviously I would like to choose partners because it's like my favorite NFT on there, but that's Disney. So like what is going to represent Vivi? And right now that would be the logo. Like the logo represents Vivi as the brand. So that's, if I were to choose a mascot, that would have to be it for me.
Can I ask Magic a follow-up question to that, Chet, real quick?
Oh, of course. It's a party, baby. There's no direction today. Yeah, wherever it goes.
Magic, you could only have one NFT and you walk away on Vivi. Which one and why?
Oh.
Wait, say it one more time. I missed the beginning.
You get one NFT. Which one and why?
It's like picking your children.
Yeah, you can't do that. I love them all equally.
Your numbers don't play a factor here.
Dude, I don't know. I really don't know. I think I would probably do partners.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, I figured that.
I love it.
Sean, what about you, man? What would be the mascot?
Let's say that obviously the VB logo would be the number one choice, but let's say IP doesn't matter. By the way, big shout out to Steve. I actually had a chance to hang out with Steve a few times in person, and
oh wow,
he's awesome.
So nice.
Yeah, so big shout to Steve. He's so great. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball and say Donnie. Why not? Why not? Donnie,
there you go.
Donnie needs some love. He's an OG. Yeah,
Donnie
he needs some
took
love.
out She-Hulk.
Yeah.
What about my collectibles, man? What would you get?
The mascot? Yeah, I think the mascot would be for me would be Todd because it's the first, and I think nice. I know he's Batman, and I know like Magic, you said like it's an IP, right? But he's the first, so
that's valid.
I just think I mean I know the logo actually I would like the new logo. I want one of these to show up soon. And give us a drop on the art. That would be cool.
You're wearing
What's that?
You're wearing it. You got it.
I got it already. I know. Actually, it's funny because when I was at DCon, I got the original VV logo shirt. The one you get if you got but I didn't get the logo. So now I have two shirts with the logo. Now I have to get, so I actually only have the t-shirts. Like I went to Decon, all I got was this t-shirt, but I was super happy.
Sorry, that's not to you. That's to the comment. I'm thumbs down in that comment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, don't worry, I've been getting a lot of those lately. It's okay.
No, it's not to you.
But yeah, I think Todd, just because he's the first, that would be really cool if they did that. Just to like, I want them to talk more about him being the first. I really want them to push that, pump that. I really want them to say I want them to do something with him. Not because I like you said, it's not like I have 100 of them or anything like that at all. It's just he's the first one, and I think it's important. And I think he's Batman. I mean, me, I'm like a superhero freak, right? So. And if you ask one collectible I would take out and just, it would be this, though. I'd take him as the secret rare on that. That's my one to take and say, I think pretty much everybody knows that about me anyway. But
can I counter that and say why the secret rare versus the common? Because the common is the original cover, right?
Yeah, I know. I think just because it's so scarce, and it only exists on Veve'S, right? And if you're a comic collector, you like those variants. And that's why those ultra rares and stuff one day will get their time because they only exist here, nowhere else.
But if you're a collector,
variants, right?
But if you're a collector and you want the mainstream fans to come, what are they going to recognize? The common.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why I'm stacking uncommons like crazy. I bought 3 more last night.
I saw that. I was so jealous. I was actually pissed. I was like, my collectibles always making moves.
Well, they dropped down. Somebody sold 220, 230. I was like, it's not like I have hordes of money. I just was like, yeah, I cannot, I just can't see that. I'm like, no.
The comments are down to 220?
Yeah, somebody listed one at 220. I was like, I have targets, right? Like if it goes under 240, I usually, the alarm bell goes off. I don't actually have a physical alarm for it, even though I wish I did. Like a siren, like a big light that would go on in the house. I would just jump on the app. But I always look at it and I saw it was like 220. I was like, and then it was like, people undercutted each other. Like it was 260 and then it was 248. And see, I watch it closely. Then it was like 35, 30, and 220. And so all 200. And so I got all 3.
Good for you. That's amazing. What are you sitting at right now? How many comments do you have?
I have 33 total.
Yeah.
Nice,
I have mostly uncommon, right?
Yeah, I got 26 uncommons and 5 commons,
wow.
1 rare and 1 ultra rare, but I don't have the secret rare. Maybe Silicon, that's why I want that secret rare because it's the only one I don't have and I probably will never get it. So.
But your best ROI, right? It's going to be that common.
Well done,
yeah.
How many commons can you stack in that secret rare?
Oh boy, what is it, like 12 something right now? Oh no, did it go under 10? I think somebody bought one.
Somebody bought one recently on an auction. I think it was 9,500-ish.
Yeah, I think it's
but
listed
what is
like
that?
12 or 13. So
yeah.
Would you consider doing that? Selling to then trade in for a secret rare?
Like selling all of them?
Or however many it would take.
It would take all of them. Because if I look at how much they're worth not all of those aren't worth quite as much as the one secret rare yet. I'm still getting closer, but no, you know what? No, I don't think so because I love quantities. When I was a Stormtrooper collector, like a toy collector, like I have 20 Boba Fett's or whatever. I don't, it's not even for resale. I don't know why I'm drawn to having multiples of stuff I like. I like seeing them all together. I love going in my app and scrolling through all the covers. I don't know. This is my collecting style. It's not even for selling, So to trade all of that I love looking at for one, I mean, no, I'd like to maybe sell a few in the future and then be able to get one. Maybe
unintentionally stacking liquidity. I love it.
Yeah. That's what I've always done.
Back in the day. Yeah. So cool.
I mean, I think it's good because if you need
it's a tough choice.
If you need to peel one off at 1,000 or something, when it gets to 1,000 floor, you can peel one off. It's just like I did with Todd. Like you then say, okay, I'm cashing this check, but you're not, you're not like cashing in your whole shebang. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be hard for me though. Honestly, it's gonna be hard for me to sell even one of them. I don't know why. I just
I love that. You hoarder.
I get it.
Magic, you get it, right?
Totally
I love them. I really do love them. It's not like I'm just stacking them up for a profit. Every time I see that cover, I just go,
It's a flex too, my man. Like to have that many is such a cool thing. And we got a question here from Joso, and before that, the Metaverse just says thanks Magic for retweeting his I think the completion of the Golden Moments set. So
major
nice.
congrats to him. What a time.
Yeah, and Josho just says here, do you think Vivi should deliver the comics and collectibles in their blind box format so we can reveal them ourselves in our vaults and or be able to keep them sealed if we want? So similar to like DC's back cows when you like press reveal. Do you think that's a good idea, or what do you guys think about that?
Well, actually, I think you have to reveal it, but you can't. They're not like a package, like on the Wax blockchain. You can buy Funko packs. So I think they're asking if you could sell like the packs if they can reveal it. Is that right? Or am I mistaken on that question? Or
yeah, I'll put it back in here, Sean.
Like sealed, yeah, because it's saying sealed if we want to keep them sealed. So I think they're thinking more like packs of cards,
and then be able to sell them unrevealed.
Yeah, which you can do on the Wax blockchain. Yeah, which is really cool.
That'd be a cool feature.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, you can't even do that with the back cows, right? So you could not open them, but they were already on the blockchain, so you could figure out what you had, or at least look at your token ID or something. So I think that experience part though is really important, and the experience of just opening up your collectible. So revealing the mid number could be a show, right? And so I think that eventually we'll get there, but we're limited to mobile devices mainly, and what people want to experience there. But I think we saw with the basketball NFT. Somebody remind me the name. I totally forgot.
Top Shots.
Top Shots. Yeah.
They had the experience, right? Like it was like this whole thing, music and all this stuff. I think that's actually important.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's super fun.
It's really fun.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm excited, guys. Like, there's a lot of momentum. I tweeted out today. I was like, there's momentum happening. Even the Gale tweeted it out. Like, so many people are kind of feeling a different pulse, like in the market. And you could tell, like Vivi, like all these, Sean's hat, all these moves they've made with like getting Mitch, getting Corey, getting Ryan involved, all these different components. You can see almost the progress starting to like come out now. And like it's exciting, right? It's like despite like the bear market, I mean, they're still hitting off $1 million a week. Like they just sold out $750,000 worth of product, and people are like, Vivi's dying. Like, come on.
Yes.
Like,
they just sold out another NFT project.
It's like would say otherwise.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because like, sorry, Silicon, you were saying, sorry.
No, I'm just impressed. That's all. It's a lot for one day, and it sold out. Didn't insta sell out, and I think Magic was. We were chatting in Spaces. We're debating whether it was going to sell out or not. But it was like it's like these are no brainer kind of choices for some people.
Yeah.
Just come in the app. If you can land it on the drop, just hodl like it and be happy that you got something. Because back in the day, Golden Moments week, we all remember how hard it was to land a drop when we had so much hype.
Oh man.
So, it's
brutal.
Damn. That was a crazy week. I got C3PO and R2 on the same day on the drop back to back. I got R2 on a rebound. I couldn't even believe it. My wife and kids were out here. We were like losing our minds. I got C3PO. I was losing my mind because it's Star Wars. I was like, I couldn't believe I got one. And then I just, you kept refreshing and kept, and I somehow got R2 on a rebound. I couldn't believe it. So both of mine are minted and still in the vault, never to be sold.
That's amazing.
Yeah, wow. It's awesome. Just mental. So I can never complain about any drop ever because of that. So, but it's crazy. Pirates, like you're saying, man, the momentum. I mean, I just got to say, we will not be stopped. Okay, I got people who try to stop. They try to stop us. They try to stop your enthusiasm. No, I'm sorry. You can't stop. You can't stop what's happening. You can't stop it in the world. I was listening to you today, Pirates, with Lori on your big Twitter space. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Congrats,
thanks, guys. Yeah, and kudos to Lori
for the family. Yeah. I'm listening to you, and everyone's coming in, and I'm like, get out of here. Pirates is talking. And like you're just dropping bombs. I mean, it's so true. Like it's just. Yeah. That's how I feel. Like the world is changing, and we're right here in the front row seat. So what are you going to do? The world's changing. It's obvious.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
Is that recorded? Is that recorded?
Yeah, I think it is recorded. And big kudos to Lori too for like having me up. And she's had some amazing people like Dr. Prophet and friggin', David Yu and whoever, right?
Con. Yeah, Laura's the best. She's the best.
So, but yeah, like I think it's interesting, right? Because like we all know where we're going. We know that NFTs are going to be operating within like the metaverses. And it's just like a matter of time before like everything is going digital and like we get into more of a digital lifestyle, right? Like, so I think it's just interesting that people can't see that future. And like even Magic said recently, like with augmented reality, like they're already introducing that now at Disney. So people are going to get more familiar with the concept and stop spending 15,000 on splash water like Sean and Magic start spending it on fucking collectibles.
You know what's crazy to me is how excited people are for AR glasses, yet how against they are with NFTs. Like it just blows my mind because they're going to go hand in hand. The idea of digital ownership is only become more and more important over time. I mean, it's inevitable how significant this is going to become.
Did you guys see the new AR experience that you can have with I guess it's like an Instagram filter with the Mandalorian and Grogu? Did you see that?
No. That's so cool.
Grogu, he's right here. Grogu. Should we add him to the show? Does he want Grogu? You want to say something? He's too busy from his day on the set because the show's tonight.
Based on the physical merch for platinum moments, it looks like it's inevitable we're going to see him as an FA, right? What do you think? What do you guys think about that?
I hope so. So I'm trying to think about the what the series titles are going to be like, and which way they could go with each of them. I've seen the pins where we could have a princess series, we could have a superhero series. There is Grogu and Chewbacca. You could just have them as a Star Wars series. I mean, there's a lot. There's a Pixar. You could have that doesn't necessarily gonna have to be 4 of them every time. It could be 2. It could be 3. It could be whatever. So I think if it adheres to that image that we've seen everywhere, I think there's some really cool options. And the other thing that I wanted to bring up was, I don't know if you guys paid attention to the potion. But here it says the series Walt Disney Animation Studios. So that leads me to believe that, I don't know if it's going to be a potion every time, but it's going to be something, right? I'm assuming that we're going to have some sort of burn mechanism for each series. And that series will probably be highlighted with its name and title in whichever way it's displayed. And the question to you guys is, I thought I heard in the space that they held prior to the drop that this potion is also going to be animated. Did I mishear that, or did you guys hear that?
The potion itself?
Yeah, I actually did hear that.
It's got some, yeah.
So that's like another reason why I'm wanting to hang on to one, because it could be just a really cool collectible on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because a lot of people,
Second
Walt for sure. He said that or a second Walt. Yeah, but you're right. Like I think a lot of people are saying that they want to keep one for the long term. And I think people might be so preoccupied opening them up for the posters that like all of a sudden maybe there's only like 40 left. And then people are like, wait a second.
I would venture to say, I don't know why. I mean, I think probably because posters have such like a sort of negative connotation to them already. I feel like unless there's last minute decisions, I feel like more of the potions are going to be held than burned. Personally.
Yeah. Those posters are going to be, like you said, Magic. Like I was talking about it, like I was live yesterday. We were just spitballing ideas. And I was like, okay, let's say, I don't know, let's say there's 25 Donald Duck posters only. Because for one, people are maybe not going to go and do the Donald Duck poster. Maybe they'll do the Dumbo, right, which looks rad, or the Mickey, because that's kind of the most iconic. So maybe and then there's going to be a bunch of people who don't even do they just hold the potion. So maybe there's 25 Donald Duck posters. Could you imagine? What's it going to be? 2,000 gems for that poster? It's the amount of fun kind of options and things that could happen are just mind blowing, because you could have, like you said, you could have 75 potions left over and then those will be worth 3,000. I mean, like, it's just so fun. Like, there's so many options, and I actually really like how they gave us the choice on the drop, because, like, even though I know it can make people focus on Dumbo, right? But I get that and the whole thing. People talk about bots and stuff, but I like the choice, like, because it opens up all of these kind of like options that weren't there before. Like now people who want to go for Mickey's poster, like I do, I have to like plan for that, right? I don't just go for the drop. Suddenly I get Daisy or sorry, not Daisy. Sorry, suddenly I get Minnie, and I'm like kind of like, okay, I love it, but now I have to go get, I can actually go specifically for what I want, and I don't know, it just opens up all sorts of fun questions, So I love it. I love this kind of stuff, and I'm excited for the next one and the potion they're going to give us for the golden moments. I said it.
But here's where it's going to make a difference. I just like thought of this as we're talking about it in my head of, we're going to get these potions or something to that effect for every drop, but every drop will have a different poster series. So while each potion will be unique, there's still going to be 3 or 4 of them, separate ones, and you can try to collect all those. But it's still like those posters, they're going to be more scarce than the potions overall, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
So like right now there's so much hype because it's the first one. We don't know what other ones are going to come. We don't know what this burn mechanism is going to look like. So everyone's just like hanging on this potion. But then when you have the next drop and it's another potion with just a different color and a different title on it or whatever it's going to be, then that's a whole new set of those. And so it's like this first one might be the one that is burned the least, but then moving forward, people might be like, well, I already have my potion, so now I'm going to burn and get a poster. So that's what's going to be really fun, I feel like, and make this exciting, and the whole utility and burn mechanism thing so much fun, is to see what we don't know what's going to happen, and to be able to just like go on this ride and see how it's going to play out is super fun.
And so Silicon, like you said, it's part of the. Silicon, like you said, it's part of the gaming. You guys are talking about opening packs, like just the animation of opening. People have to understand, like, that's part of being here. That's part of the fun. Like, being able to play with your stuff like this and figure stuff out and think about it. This is important. I mean, people go, whatever, just wait until it's all said and done. Go in the market and buy one. Yeah, sure. Okay. You can go do that if you want. But like, this is part of it. Like for me, about like the fun of the space and interacting with it and planning it out. And when I do the back cows, when I get my when I get a comic there, I actually don't go and look it up like a lot of people do. You can go look it up instantly. I like the reveal. I like to hit the button and sit back and go, what did I get? And then I get it, and then I go, oh, cool, I got that, or I go, oh, damn. But it's part of the fun. So sorry.
Precursor to gamification. It's something to get us all excited and something to keep us wanting to go to the app every day and wanting to look at the market and wanting to stay involved. It's that pull that we've been wanting so bad. And I'm super thrilled about it.
Speaking of gamification,
boy, they try to open up the packaging and they can't get it out.
And have you guys seen the MCP points in your profiles now? Have you guys been motivated to buy more stuff on the app? Are you like,
so much FOMO.
But just seeing now the rankings and the levels, and it's gonna be really pumped. And I don't even know what it's all for yet still. So
I don't have it yet, man. I can't. I'm watching. You're like that too, right, Chad?
Yeah, buddy. That made me feel good. I was just wasn't gonna say anything, but now that we're Canadian, bro. We're Canadian, right?
It's coming.
My wife's account. Okay, we have a second account, KYC. It's the one that my son does. It's on the iPad. It's under my wife's name and everything. That one got whitelisted for the crypto pay-in. And there's like nothing in it. Like 5 comics. It's my son's. He's like, I don't have crypto. I'm like, we'll get you some crypto. We'll try it out. My account's like got none of it. So,
I mean, the good thing is at least we know they're not picking and choosing for the most part. But Silicon, I wanted to ask you too, because there was some really good discussion around like the potion, right? And like, there was a few people being like, what if you held on to the potion and then you could use that to burn a vault to make it a platinum vault or something? Like, imagine they just like at the end were like, okay, suckers, like whoever burned their potion can get this. But then one thing we talked about was like the legal component, right? Like that's why Disney sets these things out with clear communication from the beginning, because if they had a sideball or a twister that wasn't announced, then people could technically, I don't know if they would sue, but like any thoughts around that?
Well, I think Alex made it clear that this is just for that one time, meaning like, there's not going to be utility past, it'll just be a collectible. That doesn't mean that can't change, or they can't be like, hey, if you got these 10 different potions, you get the keys to the map and that gives you, the castle. I don't know. Fucking hell. It could be anything. But, it's a possibility. I mean, I think it's a cool collectible. It's Disney, so it's kind of hard to not be happy about it. So, I think either way, my gut feeling on the potion is that people are going to stack them, that a lot of people are going to wait. They're going to trade them and flip them and buy and sell them all the way until the end. And then figure out what they're going to do like the last day. And we'll see the numbers dramatically change and people are going to try to like, partner up with other people that have stacks of them, and it's your typical.
Oh man, Magic, are you feeling like? How are you feeling? Because the posters, you said it. Like, how you gonna get them all? Like, are you gonna you're gonna have to, maybe you'll be able to, right? Maybe somehow, some way you can get 4 potions. And will you be able to use? Oh, by the way, before you answer that, do you know, or does anybody know? If you have 5 potions, okay, I'm just using a random number. I don't think any of us, not too many of us might have 5, but but can you use all 5 on the same Mickey? Or do you need 5 Mickeys?
You have to have 5 Mickeys, I believe.
Okay, so
I'm not sure, so don't quote me on that. But from what I heard, you had to have 1 if you wanted 1. So
okay.
I think if you want 2,
mint numbers maybe what might match, you think?
I think so. I think it's corresponding, right? Whatever one you got on the drop or you bought, then when you burn the potion. They didn't confirm it, but I would presume so. Could you imagine minting number 1? Be the first one in existence.
But my question though is like, and sorry, because I was asking you how you're going to do this, and I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. But like, if you remember the first part, I'll ask you the second part. Now we answered that. But so the thing I can't figure out is if you have a potion and we probably don't know the answer. And if you give it to a Mickey and you get the poster, and you can't use that, Mickey again to get another poster, but somebody sells the Mickey and somebody else is in the market looking to get a Mickey to make a poster. If they buy able to make a poster from it, and how are you going to know?
That's where I don't think it's going to be.
So it sounds like I just looked at it. It sounds like if you own one of the platinum moments, you can, and if you get a potion, you can decide which one you want out of all 4. That's what I'm reading in the Medium article right now. So as long as you own one of them, then you get a potion and you can pick which one. Because it says if
Are you sure about that?
It says upon successful purchase of the transformation potion, you can choose to hold it in your collection, or if you hold one or more character collectibles from Disney Platinum Moments, you can uncap the transformative potion to redeem one of 4 Disney 100 Platinum posters, and if you matching your selected character collectible.
Right.
Okay. So yeah. So it sounds like you have to own, so you have to own one of the characters. Yeah, if that makes sense. If you want a Dumbo poster, you need a Dumbo collectible. What it sounds like.
Yeah, so I want to go into the market after, and then I don't want to go in the market and buy like, say if I get a potion and then say I want to do the Donald one now, and someone's already used that Donald to make a poster. Will I be able to know?
I don't think it's going to mint match.
Yeah, so the only way they could do it is if it doesn't mint match. Because if it mints match, then in the market that Donald will have to say like done or used, or you know what I mean? Like, and I can't see them doing that. No,
it's going to be separate. There's no mint match.
Yeah. So we were talking about that a lot in the live stream, and then I sent a message to Alex about maybe answering, but it was like last minute, and there's no way he was going to come on. Like I had 10 minutes left, but somebody asked that, and I hadn't a chance to ask anybody that. But Magic, back to the thing. I'm sorry, Chad. How do you feel about these posters? I mean, you gonna be able to try to get them?
I like them a lot. I would personally rather have the collectibles than the posters. But yeah, I don't know. I just see like more value in the collectibles, but if there were to be some sort of retroactive utility given to the posters down the line, then I'd probably be kicking myself in the ass about it. So, I say this now, but I'd be pretty butthurt about it down the road if I didn't get them. And then I found out like, now we're going to give this utility to them. I mean, I would like to have everything. I just finally, it was when the mini posters came out, the like 5 different rarities. That was the first drop that happened where I wasn't able to complete a set and of Disney. I had everything up until that. And I've just finally come to grips with the fact that I'm not going to be able to have every single Disney piece. I just can't do it. So that's how I feel about it. I'd rather have like, if I only get one potion, I will likely keep it uncapped. If I get 2, then I'll do 1 and 1. But if I only have 1, that's probably what I'll do is I won't burn it.
I wonder if somebody's going to accidentally burn the 1923 potion.
Ouch.
With a non-mint match? It doesn't mint match either?
Oh, God, that would hurt so bad.
Or the 1901 or the
It
19...
might happen. It could very well happen.
What mint would you guys want if you could get any mint from that drop? Like, would it be like 1923, 2023? Like, which one? But you only can pick one. Number 100.
Well, it's less than 2,000 mints, right? So 1923.
Yeah.
That's
because it's 100 years.
Yeah.
Correct.
That or the
That's
first
God
one.
mode.
Real mint to my,
Try to go for the middle.
True, because it's a last mint and it's that special mint, right? So it's like a double whammy, which is crazy when you think about that.
Yeah.
They've done that before, right? Like Givenchy, I think, was like 1952 or something, where the last mint equaled the birth year or something. So
yeah,
I think that R2 is the same, right? 77 for the animated.
Right.
Yeah.
Do any of you guys have a special mint number, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, like the last one or like that?
No,
or?
you have the 1977 Saber, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I never thought I'd ever have a chance to own that one. That was crazy. That was wild. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's my ride or die now.
Awesome.
Well,
I don't have any mints like
right
that. Yeah, I've never been lucky enough to get any mints like that. I don't have any or anteed up for it. I don't have any like crazy mints like that. The closest I have is like I have like a few 62 Amazing Fantasies, but they're like 6222 or whatever. And then I have a 76 recent Vader poster, you know, the second one. It's an 0760. And when I posted, I saw it on the floor. I was like, it's 76, but it's 760, right? Of course. But you know, it's clean, right? I posted it up on Twitter and people were like, that's 760, you idiot. I was like, come on, it's 0760. It looks good. I mean, it's close. Give me a break. So I'm keeping it. I'm like, no, I got it. I got it for sale for 76. If anyone wants it, but no one's going to buy it. I'm the only one who believes in it.
You just tell them that you're setting the trend. So that's all you got to say.
Exactly. 70760. That's not bad, right?
Is
it just me?
People collect those kind of mints. So there's a
totally.
And maybe there's something for everybody.
Man, we got the 1-2-3 Cookie Monster guys in here.
That's super cool. Oh. That's really cool. That's really cool.
I know somebody that would want that mint real bad.
Wow.
I have
the you just pay for them? Like, how do you get something like that? You know?
I know. I think some people pay for them. Like, I know Silicon was sniping them. Which one did you say you had there, Silicon? You had like a few, right? Like,
I was saying the Disneyland Resort poster. Oh yeah, and today's drop, I didn't get anything super special, but on the resort posters, I've got a matching 1940 set.
Wow,
that's cool.
Oh, and I've got some 1928s too. I think are dope.
Yeah, that's legit AF, man. And look at this one. My collectibles would love this. 1922 Stan Lee AF-15.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Is that the secret rare?
Remember when I asked you, Magic, do you think Walt's death year was a big deal? You're like, let's not go there. And someone I saw the guy who bought it and he has it on his profile. It's like, I own Walt's death year or something.
I'm so curious, like 10, 15, 20 years from now. I mean, we know how significant these collectibles are, but what will the companies think? You know, are they going to try to go after like 1955 Walt, you know, for the years Disneyland started, or Disney World? I'm curious if they're excited about that too.
I mean, I could even see Disneyland trying to buy it back, or Disney.
Right, that's my point. Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Yeah,
they do that with baseballs and significant records and stuff when they get hit into the stands. I mean, somebody captures it, but sometimes those organizations in the Hall of Fame, they want that stuff. So that's a good point.
Yeah, because low mints are cool. I mean, they're great. Like number 1 mint, number 2. But would you rather have a number 2 mint or even a number 1 mint compared to like 1955 when Disneyland's first started, or even Disney World potentially? That's really cool.
I actually have a question for you, Sean. This is mini FA, right? This is what VV says, mini FA. But I'm kind of arguing the other way, that the first time mini shows up in an NFT, mini's NFT FA is a lenticular, right? So what does history show us with like comic books? What is the true FA? The first actual appearance or the first official appearance? Like
I think the only comparison I could think of my collectibles, you could probably.
I know what you're gonna say.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's not because they're different mediums, so that's the thing, right? Because like the lenticular versus, and it's really going to come down to the public's opinion on it. That's just like Hulk 180, Hulk 181.
I knew it.
Like,
We both on the same thing. That's the one.
Hulk 180.
Sorry, I'm excited because that's where we go. That's where we go.
Yeah. It's such a great comparison. Because they're both massive comics in their own right, and you have 180 where he was just a very brief guest appearance on the last page, whereas 181 he's on the full cover and he's full character in that issue, and the cover is one of the coolest and most iconic covers in history. I mean, that one drops on VV, it's going to be incredible. I can only imagine how amazing that one's going to be. But yeah, that's a really good debate. They're both very significant, but the public has picked, in my opinion at least, it's still debatable. Yeah. But 181 as the true FA of Hulk because of the value, the popularity. Also, it's not a scarce comic, but man, that market cap just blows my mind. Like, especially as a 9.8.
Awesome. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is Martian language to me. This is I just put that in the chat. But I'm all about making French martinis and bartending. It's too bad you guys can't be over here right now. I'd be wheeling and dealing, making some great drinks. Like this is what we need. We need some meetups. Like everyone's doing it except Toronto. Toronto's just like so lame. Like
I want August to happen so bad.
Oh my god, I know.
So bad.
I know.
I will be there in a heartbeat if that happens.
When is the date, Magic? Do you know? Is it like end of August?
My birthday weekend at the end of August. That's why I want to go so bad.
Nice.
Oh my
what's
god.
end of August?
Fan Expo in Toronto.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. I went to one in San Francisco. That's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to happen.
Somebody says here, FA on blockchain will always trump FA tag according to VV's definition, and in due time, mini Pluto goofy lenticulars will be most important long term. Therefore, as people realize it later on, I do think there's an aspect of like first appearance in any medium, but the only thing that gets confusing because then all of a sudden, like you look at Vader as an example, the UR. Technically, Star Wars #1 has all the first appearances of like Leia, Luke Skywalker, R2D2, all those different things, right? Or maybe not R2, but you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of big FAs in that comic. So, I mean, I guess time will tell. But do you think that like long term, people are going to revert back and be like, "Oh, actually, it's this," or what do you think?
That's a tough one, man, because the comic, different mediums, right? Like, especially with that, if you're talking about Star Wars 1, right? With all those FA type things. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, and then if you say you get like, Vader himself, right? Like, that we have, right? As opposed to, I mean, I take the collectible in the app as, the FA of him, right? But the lenticulars, it's tough. I mean, I don't know. I think it goes to what Sean was saying is whatever the public decides in the end, because, I know there's a big run historically a year ago, like basically right now, a year ago, or maybe a month earlier. Yeah, probably February or so of NFTs on the OpenSea of the historical ones, the first ever ones on the blockchain, all the people suddenly woke up to the fact, oh, this is the second collection ever. This is the third one. This is the fourth. And they all went boom. And I got into the crypto skulls for a bit, which is like kind of like the second one. after the crypto punks and all, like people really started to look at the blockchain and go, at least on the OpenSea projects, right? And go, this is the first, right? Whether or not like people liked it before that or not. And so, yeah, people at some point in time will look at what's first technically, like, and go, there'll probably be a run. But I think it goes back to the Hulk 181, 180, 180, and also like Spider-Man 300. And there's other ones. I mean, Sleepman just put in the chat there, Boba Fett. There's a comic, there's it's like whatever people decide. And for some reason, people may not choose the lenticulars. I don't know, right? It's impossible to guess. Right. At this point, I don't think we do, right? So, you kind of got to go with maybe what people are already doing. They're already there, right? They're already saying Walt's, Mickey's, FA. I mean, so, and they're not really giving like the lenticulars a lot of love right now. But that could also be the market and the numbers on them too. So time will tell. Yeah. But I would tend to go with what the public decides. They're generally right, regardless of what the technical thing is anyway.
Yeah. I remember when the comics first dropped, there's a lot of people talking about like Hulk, the Hulk comic, when that first Hulk comic dropped. I forget, it was FA Maestro or Mastro, the character Maestro. I always say his name wrong. It's Maestro. Maestro. And so people were saying, oh, FA Hulk. And I said, oh, you got to be careful about that. It's a bit speculative. So I would say just proceed with caution on that. But I mean, who knows? Anything can happen. But like Michael said, it's really going to come down to the public's opinion, but will be more movement behind that than the stamp on Veve'S. That's the thing you got to think about.
Yeah.
I don't know if we lost Silicon or what happened.
No! It's the West Coast.
I know. Maybe I pissed him off. He was like, listen, Chad, if I'm coming on here.
No. There was just a light breeze and the internet went down. I'm next.
Oh, he's back. Okay. And he brought David Yu with him. No. The internet is really bad.
I had to switch to my cellular network. That's how crappy the internet is in this life.
Welcome to Canada, bro.
Welcome to Canada, bro.
I'm just teasing.
Welcome to Canada.
If it makes you feel better, if it makes you feel better, Chad, I live 10 minutes away from Apple HQ, and I don't have cell phone service in my house. I don't know. yeah. I don't.
Do you have a Samsung?
No, I'm Apple. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't know.
You should be like right into the mainframe or something,
It's crazy.
So we got a few similar questions here from Chris Severs, who just came on for an awesome interview. Great guy. I don't know if you guys know him.
I just met him in Van. He's one of the guys who came to the meetup. Him and he gave me a ride back to my buddy. He's a great guy. I mean, the best guy ever. We really got into it with some heavy level thinking. I like with your interview.
Wow, that's freaking cool, man. Yeah, he told me he was actually going to meet you that interview, and it was like the timing was impeccable, right? But he asks alongside another person here, the edition sizes. So for instance, like with the platinum sets, right? Like obviously golden moments are like in almost hundreds of thousands of editions. I think it was like when you look at the totality, it's like near 100,000 editions, and then platinum comes out series 1 and it's 10,400. And then Chris asked the same kind of question. He's like, Superman on VV, 8,888 mints compared to like Superman #1 Legendary at only 160 editions. And like we see this massive resurgence. So I think like what ultimately everyone's asking is like, how important is FA potentially compared to just like popularity and scarcity mixed together? Because if we have like, just future drops, like let's say 50 drops of Vader and one of them's like 100 editions gold, what does that mean? Is that still going to be like more expensive than the FA UR Vader, right? Like that's what I think people are interested in.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
So,
yeah, sorry. I mean, it's.
I'll start with the Superman comic. I will say that the Superman 1, the reason why it's doing so well is because in real life value. I mean, it's the highest selling comic in history as of today at $5.3 million. That's not even its highest grade. So people look at that, in my opinion, at least, I have a feeling that's the direction of why the prices are what they are. And it's easy to assess value as an investment. Where Superman, the collectible, maybe it's a little more speculative, although I'm very excited for Superman as a collectible. I own a couple myself. but I think that's probably how people are viewing it right now. Also, you have less than like 30% less editions, or no, 70% less total editions compared to the statue in the comic. So I think people are kind of weighing out these factors right now, but that could be a big reason. You don't need a lot of people to get involved in a legendary comic for it to soar, you know?
Yeah, and the Superman collectible's new, right? It's just a different thing. Like you said, the comic, we see it and it's like we know that exists, you know, in a way. And the Superman collectible is like a brand new item. And so it's like there is no way to predict it yet. It is the first appearance of Superman as a figure, like collectible figure, like the way we like them on the blockchain. The comic is just the comic, right? It's not even the first appearance of Superman yet, as you know, right? I mean, they're going to get Action Comics 1 over there at some point, and if they go crazy with that, then that one's going to like be
or
really
Batman,
Batman, yeah, right. So, but this is a different. So I've always been a huge like fan of Superman. I don't know why we won't let him just fly where he belongs. Like it maybe used to be the tree should be way up there. I mean, I had 3 at one point. I bought one of them at 5,000. Like you know, at one point.
He looks like a toy.
The selling fee always hurt him back like a year ago. Remember the selling fee? You can just dump them because you get more of your gems back. But I don't think that's a factor as much anymore. I just think that people are just, you know, it's just sitting there. And, you know, the scarcity aspect of some of the stuff that's been dropping is attracting people big time. We're in that golden age. Chad, you and I talked about that golden age of scarcity right now. It's like the golden age of FAs. Now we're in the golden age of scarcity. And wow. I think over time, Superman's going to do just fine. I mean, it's the FA. It's Superman.
I think the thing is toys are collectible, comics are collectible, statues are collectible. And like you said, that Superman statue is a modern statue, whereas the comic books have an 80+ year history of being comic books and being collected with high values. So, you know, if you're going to place a bet, and I don't have as many comics as I have collectibles, but at the same time, like I'm just looking at the first appearance really as the most important piece. So whether it's in a comic or collectible form or whatever form it's in. So, you know, there's 2 ways to look at that. The first appearance of Superman on the blockchain on VV.
Yeah.
The first appearance of Superman #1, you know, from Palm NFT / Warner Brothers. Okay. On the Palm blockchain, right? So I mean, it's one of those things I think we'll know a decade from now, like, oh yeah, that was the one. But
and also really, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, it's just time. It takes time.
Yeah, and also it's the only Superman collectible in the app right now, guys. We need to have 50, 60, 100, 200 collectibles because then that brings back the most significant, the first appearance. And in my opinion, it's going to be more significant over time. It has that stamp, but it doesn't really feel like a first appearance when it's the only one on the app right now. But as time goes on, we're going to see more collectibles, not just on VV, but probably other platforms as well of Superman.
Is there 2? Do we have 2 now though? Is he the one on the Flash?
Flash, yeah.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah. So there's 2. Okay, yeah, but, sure. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm with you though on that.
Oh, Randy just sent some cash. My bays.
Randy.
That's the man.
Oh, buddy. Yeah. Buddy.
I think he just got Office Space with Doctor of Stuff, if I'm not wrong. So if you guys
oh, nice.
Yeah, man. So many cool chats here, so many people in here. Like, you know, I just want to say too, like, I really appreciate you guys, like, you know, I put this together kind of like last minute. I just want to see how many of us we could, you know, come on and just have a little bit of a party. And like, I find like all the interviews are so like intricate and it's like all these intense questions. And I'm like, man, it's fun to keep it like just high level sometimes and just like chill and talk and like, you know, talk to the community and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just find I wish there was more. Yeah. Just have fun. I'm just, you know? Yeah.
There's no way I'm not coming. If you send me an invite, you guys tell me that you guys are gonna be hanging out. My house would have to be on fire, and then I'd probably somehow leave my computer outside and be like, "Yeah, you just spray some water on it."
This is my FA Canadian live stream. So you're outnumbered, you guys in the States, Canada.
True.
Here.
There you go. We all might disappear in a second, though. We all might get drugged. So.
Yeah, exactly.
There could be a snowstorm any minute.
And that's no joke. We've been having some crazy snowstorms in Toronto, like literally every Friday. I had to shovel 4 driveways. You guys probably don't even know what this is like, but like my Saturday was a shoveling Saturday. Like all I did was go to my house, my neighbors. Yeah, bro. No, like 2 weeks ago, and I'm talking like
that sounds miserable.
5 feet of snow at the front of like the driveway with a shovel, just like going to town.
Like, where do you even start? You just start shoveling, huh?
It's like collecting, bro. You just got to buy in and you just keep going. Like you just keep fucking pressing buy now. It's like the same thing with shoveling. I'm just like, one after another. It's the worst feeling, you know?
Don't think. Just hit the button.
Yeah,
hey, I wanted to ask you, can I ask you guys something about Cookie Monster?
Please.
Okay. I know you're asking the questions here.
Oh, no. No, buddy. Please ask away.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, like I was talking about this and I had a feeling after, because I didn't mint him, right? I haven't minted him yet. And I was wondering, I brought this up to like when I was on my live stream. Oh, he's gone. I told you. He's done.
Go start in the closet.
Can you guys still hear me?
What just happened?
It happened.
I told you the internet was shit here.
Are you legit down right now?
No, can you hear me or no?
Yes.
Okay, my dog just came in and like just totally every time she sees me in here, she gets super jealous. So she tries to like take down my equipment, and so I was just fighting with her, and she just like
camera.
Yeah, she just chewed it off and like ran away, and so I just had to get it back.
You're just like a dot, like a speaker dot.
Well, the camera started pointing up, and then we were looking at your ceiling, and then the dog must have grabbed the camera off the cable or something.
Yeah, I think it legit is like done. Like here, let me see. Yeah, like I think like I literally think my camera's down, like potentially like.
Oh my god.
No way.
Yeah, like you guys keep, at least you can hear me, but keep talking.
Slobbered, literally.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. This is too funny. This is the first time ever.
How is it still able to go with him not here?
Let's go.
I have no idea.
Who wants to be
the I used to go like when you know guys know Rob stuff, right? Well, a year ago he was live streaming every day and I would jump on there all the time. And then sometimes he would just like, oh, I'll be right back. And he would just go. And then I would be sitting there. And then like people would be showing up on the live stream for Rob and they'd see me and I'd be like, hey, go like do something.
It's my collectibles takeover.
Yeah, it's like, what is this is the wrong channel? Do I have the because I wasn't doing live streams at that point. So
that was dog sabotage though. His dog wanted attention. It's like, I'm taking out your camera.
Massive sabotage.
Wow. You guys don't have any dogs around, do you? We might lose.
Mine's locked out of the room.
Yeah, same. Actually, I just thought of something. I have a question for you. So the reservations are gone, right? So you can't reserve anymore when you try to make a purchase. When you try to make a purchase on the like secondary market, the reservation's gone. Right. So do you think that'll probably inspire a lot of whales to have more liquidity in the app? So is that encouraging to have more money on standby in the app than it did before for that reason, or not? Probably not so much.
I mean, if you're shopping for big ticket items, you gotta have liquidity. So I mean, if you want to snipe the market, you got to have gems.
Your dog is mad.
You know how it goes when you're shopping?
Can you guys hear me? Or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Is that your dog? Sorry, Silicon.
Is that slobber on the screen?
Is that a dog fight? Is that a dog?
Bro, she came in here. She started like biting my pants, and then I was like kicking her. I was like, stop doing this. And then she literally chewed off my camera and sprinted away. So I had to go get like a new camera. And then that's why I was gone. Can you guys hear me good though?
Yeah, you're good.
Holy.
You're using your old camera though, I can tell.
Yeah.
What kind of camera do you have? Because that was a nice camera.
Yeah, well now I got the shit one. Because it's my dog.
At least you're not a dot anymore.
Wait till I have kids. They're all just gonna
My
be like,
dog ate my camera.
thanks for continuing. I don't know how it stayed on. I was just happy to say that.
I said that too.
That's amazing.
Look at all
This is
this.
an epic live stream. You're gonna have to. This is gonna go down in history.
You know, you should just like cut that portion and just upload that as a video with like no title, just like dog ate my camera, and just upload that.
So, yeah, exactly.
Speaking of
Like,
which,
is there really a dog? Chad
Yeah.
really had to just go.
She's mad.
Tina.
I can hear
What's
her.
up, Tina? Hey
My
guys,
dog
I'm sorry.
ate mine.
I have to head off. I'm
Thanks,
hearing
Sean.
a little barking outside, but I had so much fun, guys. And please watch Ted Lasso. Please watch it. You're gonna love it. I promise you. The final season is actually happening right now. There's only 3 seasons. You're gonna fly
Get
through
paid
it.
to
Like
say
20-minute
that.
episodes. Yeah, it's amazing. It's seriously, it's the best. No, but it's seriously one of the best shows you'll ever watch. Ever.
What show is it? What
Amazing.
show is that? I missed the first
Ted
part.
Ted
Oh,
Lasso.
Lasso. Yeah, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you watch it? Do you watch it?
I haven't had a chance because I don't have the channel for it.
He's like, yeah. No,
Oh,
you're not.
I don't know if I'm angry
I
or
watch the
jealous of getting
clips.
experience of it the
I
first
watch the
time.
clips all the time from the show. I watch
It's-
the start scene. I
it's-
watch the speeches. I start getting teary about it. I haven't even seen
Yeah.
the show, but I can tell it's amazing.
You know when you ask somebody like, "Have you seen that show?" Like, "Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty good." Every single person I've ever asked, "Watch, have you seen Ted Lasso?" They're like, "Oh my god, yes, it's the best. It's the best." Like, and I can hype it up all I want. And I know you guys will enjoy it. So, anyways,
Thanks, Sean, for
appreciate
coming
you
on,
guys.
brother.
All
Take care,
Bye,
brother.
guys. Bye.
That was awesome. Oh my god, I can't believe that happened. Like, I was literally just like, what is going on? Literally see her running away with the camera. I'm just like, this is really happening.
Literally took off. Wow, she's smart. She knows exactly how to shut you down right
Oh
there.
yeah, she gets pissed because she knows this takes up time from like going outside on a nice walk, and you know.
Yeah.
I know. I used to have a nice office, but my wife took that away from me, so now I'm here.
You're not on the couch.
That's true. I don't know. I feel like the
Legendary
couch was still better. Like the couch was like a good vibe, you know?
I like you used to sit back. You're like down. You're like, hey guys. You're like so relaxed. I would get relaxed and be watching and be like, oh yeah, this is relax.
Yeah.
I
know. I was somewhere. I always had like a backwards cap. I was like, "What's up, fam? Good to see you guys." Like, you know. And then honestly though, like people like Silicon Magic, you know, like everybody made my channel. Like I got, you know, people coming on because of like all people with big voices that are like a lot smarter, right? So I would just be like, hey, let's get this smart person on and just talk. Like I remember back in the early days with Silicon, who I think, oh, I thought you were frozen too for a second. I was like, no.
What's going on? I'm like,
oh no, we're losing them. Who's next? Who's
You
next?
can't write this.
Quick, get more people on. We were losing people.
Oh my god, this is epic.
Sleeping,
Man.
get in here. We gotta make sure.
Sleeping, we need to reinforce the troops.
Dude, you just jinxed him.
this Canadian internet's killing me.
Tina, get in here just in case we lose another one. We gotta have some backups.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
Oh my god.
Someone please upgrade my internet.
That was
Can you guys
unreal.
see me? I can't see you guys.
Yeah, we can see you.
Kind of.
Man.
You're there.
Well, I had
Okay,
a hard stop.
let me
I had
get
a hard-
Randy.
I had a hard stop at 7 anyway. But I'm with you guys in spirit, and thank you for having me on the channel, Chad.
Thanks, buddy. Yo, really appreciate you coming on. We'll do another one soon, and like thanks for tuning in from Vancouver, buddy. I really appreciate that. It's really kind of you.
Go V City, and you know VV Fam's going to try to meet up this Friday. Whoever's around, so we'll see who we can pull together.
Still let me know where you guys are going to be just in case, okay?
All right,
Almost.
sounds good.
It's too tempting to like when people meet up. Like it's not that far.
All right. All right.
Thanks,
All right.
Silicon. Take care, boss.
Thanks,
Take care,
guys. Take care.
See you, buddy. Man, the timing of that, like
It was so good.
I totally thought he was just pulling my leg and being like,
No.
oh,
Yeah.
like, and then he actually like literally flew away, and I was like, this is crazy. Man,
That's so funny. Yeah, Joe. So I had a Cookie Monster question right before all of that.
that's
all
what
that-
it was.
yeah.
Okay, this is it's just a little just to get your guys' thoughts about it. I was talking about this before about I didn't mint Cookie Monster, right? For a lot of different reasons, you know. Partly, you know, I'm not a huge like Sesame Street collectible fan, right? But I kind of think about it after now, and I kind of think like with the whole community in general. I wanted to ask you guys what you think. I asked my chat about this too, like with all the negative stuff that was around it and how we were all in there battling on Twitter. We were all saying, no NFTs, no, you don't understand. And it's all good. And there was like all these people fighting for it. And then the community, we didn't sell it out. We didn't even buy it at the same time. Right. So I feel kind of like I started to think about this after, like, did we really mess up, you know, as a community? Like we had an opportunity to show the world, no, that we believe in NFTs. This is the space, you know, me included, because I didn't mint it. So I'm taking ownership on this myself, right? Did we kind of blow it because the day after articles came out, didn't sell out, told you so. And we could have totally killed that. Like all of us, we all got 60 gems. We could have all sold it out. Like most of us that are active daily users, we could have, and I don't know if you guys minted it or not. Now, you don't have to say anything about that. That's all good. But
yeah,
you know what I mean? I started to get this feeling like the day after, and I was talking on my live stream yesterday. We were talking, and I brought it up, Cookie Monster, and I just kind of started sharing this because it was in the back of my head. Did I should have minted that. Maybe we should have all minted it. We should have all like sold it out because the money goes to the kids, right? And all that kind of stuff too. So did we miss a big opportunity? I asked my chat. A lot of people kind of thought, yeah, we did. And a lot of people kind of thought, well, no, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know, like they wouldn't change anyone's mind anyway. But there's the two articles that the possibilities that could have happened, right? One article that happened was NFTs suck. Don't, you know, like blah, blah, blah. Why are they doing this? And then all that. And then article comes out, didn't sell out, told you so, right? The other alternative is if we all would have minted it, would have been sold out in 5 seconds. See, this is what we're talking about. And as a community, I mean, like for the space, maybe it was one of these opportunities because of so much attention that we could have all bucked up and kind of maybe figured it out. Maybe for next time we should think about this. If we get this many eyes on something, maybe we should be like, you know, as a VV community going, you know what, we're going after this one because, you know, the world's watching, right? And could have been a missed opportunity. I kind of got that feeling after, and like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I put it out there at you guys. Want to know what you guys think?
Yeah,
I want to bring it down, but you know what I'm saying.
I'll let Magic take the wheel first, but I do largely kind of understand and agree with what you're saying. But Magic, what are your thoughts on that?
I do too, but ultimately, I go back to the slogan, "Collectors at heart." Like,
yeah,
you know, we are still a relatively small network, and I didn't mint it either. I helped, you know, I don't even want to say I promoted it. I didn't like the one article that was just using hearsay. And I'm like, look, if you don't like it and you don't agree with it, that's fine. But like, don't just follow hearsay. Like, you know, you're saying, you're doing these accusations of that it's bad for the environment, blah, blah, blah. So I just said, look, buy what you like. If you would rather have a toy off a shelf, go for it. But don't come out and say these kind of things without doing a little bit of research. So I just, you know, put a screenshot of, you know, a little bit about the NFTs themselves. And, but ultimately I didn't mint because it isn't what speaks to me. Now I'm still tempted to buy one off the market because it is, you know, this could be something in the future of, remember when everybody was so against this and blah, blah, blah. And look at it now. You know, it has that sort of, it could be a comeback story. It's also the first of probably many Sesame Street characters to come. So it will always be the first of that franchise. But I was never a Sesame Street fan as a kid. So that, and this is, as we know, a pretty huge month. And I wanted to make sure that I would be able to afford the things that I really, 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 really want to have.
60 gems.
And I was, you know, playing. I mean, I'm at 12 gems right now. I'm literally loading to buy. Like I do not have a stack of gems. And so I'm having to budget. But I do get what you're saying. And I do, you know, I do agree with you, but you know, that's why I promoted it as sort of like a, look, if you want to know more about this, I encourage you to do research. I'm not telling you to buy it or not to buy it, but don't like slam it without knowing anything about it. And again, like, I'm not going to tell you what to buy because I myself am not buying it, but I don't see anything wrong with it. I liked it a lot. I really love the animation. And I mean, to the tee off time, man, I was like, am I going to buy it? Am I not going to buy it? Like, it was a very, very difficult decision for me. But you know, we have to just do our best to spread the correct information, not necessarily tell everybody this is what you need to buy. You know, and you know, the main goal for me is that this was a marketing opportunity for more vision, more people, more eyes on the app. And maybe none of them like Sesame Street, but they came to the app and they saw all these other things that they were found more enticing. That, I think, is the bigger goal than doing a sellout of a Sesame Street character. The bigger goal is reaching a broader audience and people getting that word Vivi in their head. So if we did something and we got that word in people's heads and maybe they looked at the app or whatever, and it still didn't sell out, but we got all these eyes, I think that's a success.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love those points, Magic. Like, I think, like, you know, ultimately we want more people joining, more people excited about it, more eyes seeing it. But I think, you know, when I look back, to be frank and to be honest, it was like the biggest reason, like, they kind of crossed my mind to be like, hey, like, let's do a community sellout. Like, not that per se, but I was like, hey, you know, like, in 1, 2, 3, let's buy all Sesame Street or some kind of crazy little campaign.
Yeah.
But my issue is actually the like all the negative FUD. Like, I just know I'd have to like get through so many people on Twitter being like, oh, are you trying to scam people out of their money? Oh, are you trying to, like, you know, you want people to lose on the secondary? Like, oh, Chad's promoting, you're supposed to be not financial advice. Like, I didn't want to have to deal with all of that. But I agree that, like, we could have been like, let's show them, let's do a campaign, and, you know, and then maybe even like afterwards spam all those news articles with like an AR video of like our NFT or something. Like, we could have, like you said, like, really kind of had a battle. And who knows, like, the world is amazing, because like that could potentially have been like a news headline, like the Vivi community strikes back. Like, I don't know. So yeah, like, I think, I don't know, like, it's just tough, because the way I looked at it is I looked at it selfishly. Like, I don't want to lose money, so I was like, I don't want to buy. And I was like, the chances of me getting a low mint or good mint are low. And so that's why I just kind of like let it ride. And then, you know, only 2 hours later, they announced the Mickey drop, which was...
I know, right? I know.
That was kind of like a whew for me.
Yeah, no, great points. So that's why I wanted to ask it. I was just getting that feeling, like, not so much, you know, because what's done is done. And it's not so much, I guess, that we could have done anything really other than what we did. We all just did whatever we wanted to do, which is what we should do, right? And but then you look back on it and you go, oh, you know, like, if maybe the next time this kind of thing happens, maybe the price will be a bit lower, because that, you know, if it was 30 gems, I think most people would have bought it. I think I would have bought it if it was 30. I mean, to be honest, right? Like, I mean, whether it's worth 60 or not, that's not, I just mean, if it was 30, I think I probably would have minted it without thinking about it. Cause you know, whatever. Track. Yeah, it's just easier, right? Because it is 60, right? I mean, there's a decent amount of them too. So
yeah,
it's just one of those things. Like, maybe so in there'll be another big eyes on us drop that comes, you know, because this was a big, like you said, Magic. This was a huge eyes on us drop with that Variety article with how many views the tweet got and how much interaction. Everyone, all eyes were on Vivi for that drop in some ways, right? And then, you know, like, I just saw the article the next day, some article or whatever, or articles, you know, just going like, yeah, you know, see NFTs, you know, I told you so, whatever, bad idea. And I was kind of like, oh man, you know, if we would have just sold it out, like, just naturally without doing any campaign, like, if it would have sold out, it would have been like pretty cool, because then you would have got these other kind of side things. You would have got, like, you know, Sesame Street sells out in 10 seconds. All the money goes to the kids. This would have been crazy. This is what Vivi's all about. And that would have been like, that might have been like the eyes that we want, right? So I don't know. I was just feeling that way. I want to ask other people like you guys like that. But don't you think, I agree with what you're saying 100%.
But so I love that you said that, because I agree. But I also think it's like up to Vivi to know their community better. Like, I think, like,
right,
they could have easily put that at like 2,700 mints. And I think, like, they went for this really kind of playful, which, I mean, they should have done. It's Sesame Street's intended for kids, but like, if they would have just made it like a single Cookie Monster, a little more pristine looking, like, holding, you know, cookies. Holding cookies, like yum 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 or something, and just simple, and just a lower mint, like a UR, it would have sold out like instantaneously, and it would have like went, you know what I mean? So it's like also interesting to me. I'm like, why would, and they could even price it for like 90 gems, or 95 even at that edition size, and probably would have sold out still. So I think they could have like made similar amount of money, just fewer editions. So yeah, like looking back, I'm like, yeah, I definitely think they should. And I don't think, in my opinion, the animation, like that's not like, it looks like a toy compared to a collectible to me. Like then when I look at it, you know, it just wasn't like, oh, look at NFT pirates with the Cookie Monster. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
beside your Lambo.
Yeah, or beside.
I want to take it back to
yeah. Sorry, guys, just a little side question, right?
No, this is on the same vein.
Oh, okay.
To why it kind of solidifies like what I did and the reasoning why is you know, again, I sort of try to dispel any bad misinformation about VV out there. But I have said this, many people know this. I hate being called the word influencer. I hate that word. I don't see myself as that. And it bothers me. I don't want to influence anybody to do anything. I would like to be an advocate for VV. And that's exactly what I did with this drop. I'm not telling you buy it. I never told one person to buy it. I never told one person not to buy it. I just advocated that like, this is how I feel about the company. And these are the facts why. And that it's up to you to make your decisions. But that's I stayed true to that. That's how I feel.
No, it's true. Yeah. And when I was in there, I didn't go to war either. I just stated some comments like, oh, you know, when they sell we've all said this, right? When they sell like a, you know, like a Tickle Me Elmo at Walmart, this is how they generate their money to help fund their initiatives. This is exactly the same thing. It's just in a digital format, you know? So it's not like, that's what I said, just by the way, to people who were like, oh, they're just trying to make money here. It's like, well, yeah, this is how they do it. They sell products to, you know, their merch, right? So I put comments like that in too, Magic, like not saying, oh, everybody should go buy this or not. Cause like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to mint it or not either myself. Right. So just an interesting, and it's really an interesting moment. We're going like look at this last like week or two. It's just so like wild, all the stuff that's going on, and all the eyes here is I think that's super important too. We got a lot of attention, right? So I wonder what the next big one's going to be. Like Nintendo or something, you know, like Mario shows up and
man, I feel bad for all the people that are going to come in like 5 years and be like, okay, what's new and exciting? Like, oh, we're on our 7th run of Mario. Good luck. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just going to be so crazy. Like, I feel like people that aren't in this right now are missing out. Like, it's kind of sad in a way. Like, I do wish I could present this information to them in a more clear and concise way where it's like enticing, because I'm like, man, like this is a big opportunity. Like that's not me just saying that because I think I'm like naive to what the larger space is. Like I really believe this stuff is the future, and it's too bad that maybe the marketing is not intensified or amplified, because you know, like it's a great opportunity, I'd say, for a lot of people right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's just starting though. Like the marketing.
Yeah, it's true.
Like it's just now starting. And like we don't have, do you have Magic? Do you have the MCP up on your, can you see your MCP now? Like,
yeah, I got it I think yesterday morning. I finally got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
How did it make you feel when you saw that? Because I'm dying to see.
It gave me FOMO. It gave me FOMO for wanting to like, you know, compare my points to everybody else's. It was funny because it may have been 2 mornings ago. Because I got that starter like most people did. And then today I opened it and it said master. And I'm like, okay. So I don't know where you go again, but I was pretty stoked. But yeah, when I'm seeing everybody else's compared to mine, it definitely makes me very hungry to move up a level.
See, it's interesting because like I know that like Magic, you got a lot of sets and stuff like that, but I think like my collectibles and we don't have many sets. I don't know if you have a lot of sets, but I don't. I just collect like certain IP. Like I'm just after like certain comics. Like and now that I'm seeing
70 sets.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
How many sets do you have? Sorry?
70.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's the standard response. Anything above 70, it's a woo. Anything above 50. Holy crap, that's awesome. Is that mostly Disney sets, or you got lots of other stuff too, right?
No, that's mostly Disney.
Mostly Disney sets. Wow.
Mostly Disney.
So you're not too like, so you said you've kind of given up on the notion of trying to collect every Disney And what was that moment? It's not this drop. It was something earlier. It was those.
No, it was the Minnie Mouse poster series.
Oh yeah, the Minnie Mouse.
I landed
yeah.
of course, like either the common or uncommon on the drop, and then that secret rare poster just like ran away. And
yeah,
I still look at it and I have like this hatred towards it because I don't actually really like love those posters that much, but it was like I need every set. And I just have not been willing to pay that price. Like I'm not going to do it. And then there was another one that came out and I wasn't able to complete that set. The one that I do want to complete that I haven't done yet is Encanto. I love that set. But I only have one of the 3 and I'm just trying to be patient on prices. But
you can
I love the last few Disney sets I've been like extremely happy with. Encanto, Moana, obviously these I've just been like so happy with these sets. So these ones I'm like, yes, I have to have, but I'm just getting to the point where I'm like, okay, I don't have to have that one.
Yeah, they look incredible, the last bunch, like screen accurate, really good edition sizes. I mean, like they're amazing. Like Alice, Encanto, and then we got this one right here, and then of course Moana. I mean, they all look amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I've said every time I've made any kind of covering any kind of part of those, I'm just like, these look incredible. Like this is exactly what you'd want, I would assume. Could you imagine like what's coming ahead like, as well? Like Lion King and all that stuff, screen accurate. I mean, like that's what you want. Lisa, I want Mando and Grogu, like you said. I want
Stormtroopers. That's an actual event. I want those, and I want them to be like $20 or $30, and I want to stack those.
I know,
man.
You and me both.
And I'd be happy with like a higher mint run because we all want an army, right? Like, who just says, I just want one Stormtrooper. Nobody says that.
No, you know, one guy said that to me one time, and he was crazy. In 2016, you know, when the Force Awakens movie came out, the Star Wars, the first, you know, with Kylo Ren and all the rest of them, on the September the 1st, okay, of that year, before the movie came out, they had a Force Friday, which is a big toy event. So they promoted it everywhere where all the new toys were coming out. Nobody knew who these characters were, like Kylo Ren and Captain Phasma and all them, right? And they had the Stormtrooper, the new version that we've seen, you know, the newer one. And I went to the stores like at 6 a.m. in the morning, like, you know, like I went to Walmart and I got in there early and I was the only one there with the display and all the toys were there. It was like a dreamland, you guys. It would be like doing a VV drop of the most unbelievable things you want the most. And you're the only one who's doing the drop. You got 10 minutes early access before everyone else and you could mint them all, right? That's what happened to me in real life. And I go in there, I get all my stuff. And one guy comes in about 5 minutes later. He was straggling in. I was the only one who seemed to know they were at Walmart. I don't know why. And all he wanted was one Stormtrooper. Just one, like just one of the new ones. And I had a couple in my bin. They had like probably 10 there. I took like 3 or 4. I wasn't going to take them all. And he's like, oh, I just wanted one Stormtrooper. He took it and he left. And I'm like, but there's Kylo Ren and there's 5 other Stormtroopers. There's this size Stormtrooper.
You're like offended.
Like, yeah, I was like, dude, I was like impressed. I was like, okay, he just wanted one. So there are some people.
Man, that's so funny.
It's a long-winded story, but yeah, that was a great day, by the way. One of my greatest ever toy hunting days.
Oh, nice.
To come around that corner in that store with a full display of everything that was new that nobody knew who these characters were before the movie came out. And I was the only one there. And I had my pick. Never happened again.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I love that.
Because everyone was lined up at Toys R Us down the street and they opened at 10. And I went to Walmart at 7 a.m. just because I had a hunch. And I was the only one. When I went over to Toys R Us, there was a lineup of people and I knew half of them. I said, have you guys gone to Walmart yet? And they're like, what? And they ran across the parking lot. And I just stood there and I already I got my like literally my bags. I got my bags. So anyway, I got lots of stories like that. If you guys ever want to talk that stuff, I'm sure you guys got stories like that too.
Yo, that's so cool. I've done a few things like that, generally with Pokemon cards, but like, you know, when a new booster set comes out, like my brother and I used to rip like boxes of 6. We'd buy like $1,200 worth of booster boxes and just rip them, hoping to find like the best cards. So I've wasted a lot of money on Pokemon, but we got a few people talking here. They're saying like they'd be cool. I think it was Tina that says this, if Vivi had like an approved YouTube channel thing. Like, I don't know if there was like maybe like an affiliation, but like, let's just say like Vivi had like 35 plus channels with like a star or something. One of them was like, hey, collectible knowledge or this knowledge, because not that I would ever like, there's so many channels out there, like probably 400 or 500 channels that are amazing, so I would never bash them. But I think like potentially for onboarding purposes, for education, like maybe there's just like relevancy where people can be directed to different places. Any thoughts on that?
You want me to go, Magic, or you want to go?
Yeah, you take it first.
Okay. Well, I think they got their own channel, and with Corey there, I think Veve'S going to do great with that. I mean, he's such an awesome pro, and they're going to expand what they're going to do. And he's already doing those info videos that he always used to do, but now they're even better. And so I think they just need to drive more attention there for education. And I think the rest of us, should just keep doing what we're doing. I don't know if I would aspire to have like something like that on my channel, like, because I actually cover other stuff too, and stuff I like, and it changes. True. And some of it's not that popular and some of it's popular, whatever. I just kind of like to cover what I like. And the other thing about it is I've never, and this is something, I don't know about you guys, but like I've never been, and I have nothing against anybody who takes sponsorships or anything like that. It's part of the YouTube game, right? Like if you watch the big channels, because we're all like little channels, right? Let's be honest. Yeah. The big channels, there's a commercial in the middle of their video or whatever, right? Like they're doing a video about Marvel movies, like the new rock stars or whatever. Like I watch all these channels, and the middle of their video, they cut out and they're selling like something, right? And it's all good because it's a commercial and they get paid for that. And it's part of how the bigger YouTube channels work, right? Sponsorships and deals and all that kind of stuff. And, doing videos about certain topics, right? I think it's better if they're in the middle, like if they do a video about the topic they're talking about, and then a sponsorship comes in the middle that's not related to what they're talking about. That's sort of how I see the big channels. But I've never had any kind of like sponsorship deals offered to me, or platforms coming at me with, hey, will you talk about this and you'll get paid this? Or would you represent us or anything? And I think when I think about it, I kind of feel like I kind of like not having that. I kind of like being on my own. And if I feel like if I had like some sort of badge on my channel that was like a VV, like approved, whatever, then I think maybe some people might think that was a little bit like, not like disingenuous or something. People might have that kind of take, like if what I was saying would maybe come into question a bit more. Mm-hmm. And even though I fight that stuff all the time, just with my actions in the app, I don't really want to have that kind of like, because then what if I'm talking a lot about, like I started talking about like this NBA card game one recently, right? Like just because I like it and it's fun, what if they were like, hey, put a badge on your channel, but like, oh, I'm going to do a VV video. Well, can you not really do so many of those, or who knows what that could open up, right? So I do know what they're saying about getting like good content, but I think VV's channel, hopefully they put all the resources into their own channel and give people the education stuff, and we just keep our opinions,
I love that.
I don't know if that makes sense. I've kind of rambled.
Yeah, like I echo that completely what you said. Just because like at that point too, if anything happens to VV or anything, like I'm in it because I believe in these digital collectibles personally, and I just want to talk about them. That's the extent of what I go, and I interview smart people to tell me what they think they could be worth long term. That's pretty much like why I'm in this. Magic, do you agree with like a lot of what my collectibles said?
Yeah, I do. I'm probably one of the really small channels, and I never really set out to do this, and I view it more as like a living resume. I'm okay if my channel never really like reaches a certain level. I don't like, that's not my end game goal. I'm using it as a path in my career forward, hopefully. But I also don't think that they should do that. However, what I would like to see them do is sort of expand upon what they're doing now with these videos. And when they're, say, focusing on a Disney drop, maybe they say, hey, the community knows you as the Disney person. Would you like to come work with us on this video? And I don't know, there's some sort of, maybe they have a set pay mechanism or whatever it is. I mean, ideally I wouldn't want to do it for free, but and the same is true with a Star Wars drop, or if they want NFT pirates, you're so great at interviewing, will you actually like lead the charge on our community update video for the next month, or, you know, stuff like that, where they work with us, because they can't control everything that we do with our own channel at all. There's no control. So what if like one of us just goes off the deep end one day and does this and it's a shit show? You know, that would be horrible. That would ruin everything for that would be tarnish their reputation. It would do so much harm more than good. And it's not worth taking that sort of liability. Whereas if they do these pre-recorded things and they partner with these people that they want to help promote the brand, then they have full control. You know, it can be a script or whatever, but they can obviously see it before they put the content out. Like they're going to be the ones distributing. So I just think that would be the smarter route to go if they did want to. I think it'd be really, really cool for them to connect with the community members who have really helped bring in a lot of eyes, ears, and money to Vivi. I'd love to see that. And I think we provide a tremendous value, but they definitely have to have full control of whatever it is they do. They can't just give you a snap and be like, go keep doing what you're doing and try not to go crazy.
Yeah. Good point. Yeah. The crazy part, is quite something. Yeah. Working with like the people who are like pretty dedicated would be awesome. And I also think just for them and their eyes, like if you see like David's last video when his interview, when he was on Binance New Zealand, like he's obviously going on that YouTube channel, which I was surprised. I looked at it. This very small channel, like in terms of subscribers, very awesome interview. I mean, the guy who was interviewing was a total pro, like, you know, but he's like, you know, he's helping them out. Like, obviously, like they're helping each other out, but he could have went on some big, massive channel or something right over there. But he's kind of like doing that. He's kind of going on. He's not just going on the biggest subscribed channels. He's kind of spreading it around it, which is really cool. Hopefully one day he'll come on my channel, because I've never had a chance to have him on, just for me, just to talk to him. We could even do it off air. I don't care, you know, but you know what I mean? Right. But like, he's kind of like, it's like they're aware of that. They seem to be kind of like see, Alex he'll go on certain channels too, or he'll go on like somebody's Twitter space that maybe has 50 people. And sometimes you think of it and you go like, well, if you go on big channels, you'll get more eyes. Like maybe you should go on Paul Barron's network all the time, or like big channels, but they kind of support the community. So I like that. I like that they're kind of doing that as well. Right. So yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Magic. You know, working with people is great. Even some of the smaller channels, like, and we're all small, right? But some of the people who just got started, who would be at 10K subs if they started last January, right? During the big bull. You remember if they would have started like, say, October of 2021, there's channels out there like VV Arcade and like the Bros. I mean, their channels would be huge. I mean, they're so awesome what they do, right? So as long as they keep going and get support from VV, it's going to help them grow and stick around, and then they're going to get bigger as we get more audience too, right? So
that's it. I was just going to like reiterate that, because I think like Magic, or you know, like My Collectibles, like you guys both obviously like grew your channels later, right? But like the only reason that I can talk to you guys now is just because I was one of the early people that when there was few channels around, and I just stuck with it casually, right? But like now you see these new people coming in, like Superstar Money or like yourself, like dropping daily content, and I'm like, holy, like if you guys were around in that peak bull cycle, like you'd be at like 20K subs probably easy, right? So it's like, and I think that's what I've learned is like always paying it forward. Like that's why like I'm just like, okay, like if I have a bigger channel, like relatively speaking within our confines, then like let me
our community
for our community. But like you said, like in terms of like an actual like put it this way, nobody's going to be living off their YouTube channel as like, you know, bigger ones in crypto. That's what they do. Like I'll never forget this one guy, JNR Crypto. I was watching him. He was like 10,000 subs. He went to like 300 or something. He started a like a network. He's like, anybody that wants to be part of my subscription, it's like $50. I'm going to tell you all the trades I'm making. And there was 50,000 spots, and it's sold out instantly. And I was like, oh my God, like that guy just made like over $1 million. You know what I mean?
I'm just going to get a pencil.
Dude.
Okay.
Magic. This is how you're gonna get your posters.
God, for real. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's crazy, but like those guys are making like, because then you got like your, you know, the ads, right? Which like back in the hype when Silicon was on my channel in February 2022, I made $840 off one video, one interview with him.
Yeah,
and I was like,
from ad rev, like just from
ad revenue,
ad revenues and stuff. Yeah,
and I was like, if you had 100K subs and you're getting like 120K people watching, then you're making like $4,000 off one video. So then at that point, that's just that. That's not including sponsorships. That's not including your membership, all that stuff. So it's like, you know, like it would be cool, like, and that's what I'm thinking. Like, it would be cool if Vivi was able to help us sustain this or give us something where, like, it, you know, because right now, obviously, all of us are making peanuts. But I love doing this stuff, and I'd love to do it where I don't have to worry about, you know, income, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can I do like a major switch up?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be one of the last things, and then I gotta head out. I wanted to address something that nobody has brought up yet. I feel like it might rear its ugly head, but even if it doesn't, I want to address it because it means something to me. So I told you this in text message, Chad, that when this drop happened, I'm like, I'm cringing because I feel like this ghost of the past is going to come back to haunt me. And it was I think it may have been pre-recorded. I don't remember. I think it was recorded of a video that we did. I don't know. Did you host that or did Comics and Crypto host that? Do you remember?
I think it was Comics and Crypto.
You were on it though, weren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the video was about utility and us trying to get Disney to, like, we wanted Disney to watch the video. That was the goal, is that somebody from Disney would watch and be like, okay, now we understand. Like, you know, you can hear it from your customer, or I guess customer, and just sort of ignore it. But when you hear it from the actual people consuming the product, it might mean more. And so I said this one thing in the video before I even knew what the motif of the 100-year anniversary was going to look like or anything. And I said, can you imagine if Disney came out and dropped, let's say, platinum moments, and those came with utility, but golden moments did it? I said, that would be the biggest FU to the community that's ever happened. And here we are. So I want to unpack that because I said it. Yeah. I own it. I still stand by it.
Have that, like, people brought that up lately with you or what?
No, nobody's brought it up. I'm airing it out myself.
Oh, wow.
I'm myself under the bus, like,
yeah,
big time. And I'm okay with that. I stand by the things that I say.
Yeah.
So, that people have asked what I like better, or what do I see as more valuable, or whatever between the two. And I say, I love them. I can't read these comments right now. They're going to be so distracting.
Vivi vibes. He's like, Magic's the blame. You gave the new. You gave me.
I love them both for very, very different reasons. I love Platinum because we have less editions. I love Golden because it was the first Disney set ever to hit blockchain. It will always be the first. I love Platinum because I didn't know at the time, like, we were just throwing Platinum out there. Like, there could be silver, there could be bronze, like Platinum was just, there could be diamond. We just threw it out there as a word. But the fact that it matches and coincides with all the marketing going on for Disney 100 is a big freaking deal. I mean, it's a big deal. So that's another reason why I love them. The fact that it is so in sync with everything that we're seeing in the parks, Shop Disney, all over the world, like the way they're marketing it, and we have the digital collectibles that correspond. That's a big deal to me. Do I value them more than golden moments? Personally, no. But I see them in different categories. Now, when it comes to utility, I knew if the utility was going to come, it was going to come with something new, because they've said that to us, right? We knew it was going to. Stop laughing. You're distracting me. I'm not reading those on purpose because everybody's going ham on my ass right now. So we knew it was going to happen this way, and that something was going to have to pave the way for utility for people, for not only Disney, but everybody else to sort of understand. One really huge thing about this is, who here thought that Disney would be the first IP on Vivi to introduce the burn mechanism?
Not me.
Who saw that coming? That's a big freaking deal.
Yeah,
that's a huge, huge deal.
We thought they would. We thought that they wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and Alex has said multiple times, that retroactive utility is not out of the question. Now, don't take that as words to live by that it's going to happen, but they're working on it, and they have to like lay this foundation, and they have to have these things go in a certain fashion for it to make sense, for it to prove to Disney, like, okay, we get it. Like, this is definitely like improving the value of these things. We understand why it's necessary, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now let's do this. Like, let's expand a little more. Let's expand a little more. So I also am like hoping that Platinum is paving the way to give us what we want for Golden. And I always want Golden to be, if we ever get utility for Golden, I think that should trump Platinum, because Golden is the first. It you know, was a broad range of all the IPs. Platinum is celebrating this milestone anniversary, but I want this to sort of be, you know, our baby that carries the torch to give rewards back to that Golden. So I stand by what I said. But I see this as positive momentum. I see it as the next step forward. I see it as a really, really good thing. But I will never like pick one or the other. I have to have both sets. That's just me. I will complete both sets because I love them both for very different reasons. Okay, I feel better now.
That's great.
Yeah, I think the way you stated that was so eloquent, and I thought like you brought in all the different points. And I mean, I would 100% agree with you. I mean, I had one whale reach out to me, and he was like, "What are they going to do now? Like Sapphire? Like they're going to do like, you know, Ruby? Like what's next, right?" And I think like a lot of people said it was a huge miss because those potions maybe could have been allocated to, for instance, like all the full Golden Moment set holders, as an example, and then they could have like burned it for these crazy posters, and that would have, I think, in my opinion, would have been sufficient enough for the community to be like, okay, like we've got something. But at the same time, I do think utility for the Golden Moments was something like so strongly driven by the community, not necessarily by Vivi, that like it almost created a life of its own where they felt like they almost had to like live up to it. Because like we always talked, oh, you know, we could get into the Disney theme park and like have discounts, and like, you know, even I'm guilty for being like, oh, I think that's a possibility. And I agree with you, Magic. Like I think retroactive utility is still in the cards, and I think this is a baby step to show and prove why, you know, burning mechanisms and having these excitement is you know, important. So yeah, I appreciate you bringing that up, and like I said, I think you approached that in the really right way, and I was kind of shocked when I saw them drop. I was like, no way. Like, and I remember that on your stream with Alex, but at least we got FA
I'd rather address it before somebody else does. I'd rather like kill myself, throw myself under the bus, than feel like, because I do. I mean, that's how I feel, and I'd rather say it publicly. I mean, it's the first thing I thought of. I was like, oh shit, I remember saying this, and now look what's going to happen. It's a big thing, but you know, it's time changes a lot of things, and it changes perspectives. And you know, again, my perspectives are overall the same, but the landscape is broader. So that's where my perspective is now also broader. I still stand by everything that I said though, and I want that utility really bad, and I'm going to keep pushing for it, as I know the team is. I know they really want it, and just have to keep doing what we're doing to drive that home and make steps. But this is a great step on the way there. I think it's a great step.
Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying there too, Magic. Just because and I'll just chime in just about it just a little bit, because when they first announced the Platinum Moments, you know, I was watching people react, and you know, I watched a lot of people, the Gold Moments are going to tank now and all that kind of stuff, and then I saw like what they were going to do with them, and honestly, my first thought was, and I tweeted it out, my first thought was like, this is actually like, why would anyone want to dump their Golden Moments for Platinum Moments that are like different characters, different FAs? Like they're not connected to me. They're separate. And when the utility came up, the only thing I could think of was, this is fantastic for Golden Moments, because I shared the same feeling that you said you just had, where this meant that the door is opening. It's finally opening, right? Like I did a video last like April, and I'm going to go back and watch it soon, because it's coming up now pretty quick, where it was a 1 year, like kind of like prediction video that I did. I wanted to look ahead of what I thought probably would happen by 1 year from that time. And I was just having fun with it. And one of them, like I had 5 things, and one of them was golden moments. You know, hopefully we'll have some sort of utility by a year from now. And that's coming up in about a month from probably when I did that video. But it, you know, this door opening, because that's the way I see it too with Disney, and not just with Disney, but with other IPs as well. And the fact that Disney's the first to do this kind of thing, I think it's a total no-brainer that something's going to happen. I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't think they're going to give us potions for the golden moments or anything like that. Like, I just don't. I think Alex, you know, he was tweeting, right? He said, and he was also in a Twitter space about it. We might see it something in the Veve'S about the golden moments or something like that with utility. Right. But he did say, when we quote him, we're working on it. Like, they're literally working on it for the golden moments, to do something fun with them, to get creative with them. We don't even know what it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be a potion that turns into a poster, though. You know, so it just opens up the door. And so for me, I'm like, this is amazing for people who are holding golden moments, in my opinion. I've always said those first sets, I always felt those first sets are so important. You know, that's why I've held that Star Wars set. You know, for me, it's emotionally important, but it's also, I'm like, I'm not selling that set. No way. I'll hold it for 10 years. Like, something's going to happen because I own that set. So,
yeah.
Anyway, I just wanted to comment on what you were saying. I'm right behind you. I totally agree.
Yeah. These comments are so weird. These comments, I'm still reading them. They're so good.
Magic.
They're so good. They're calling you Maleficent 2.0, but Magic, you know what I think they could do? And this is something that I think is actually feasible, is like potentially, like, this is like the idea I had way back, was like every set for the Disney Golden Moments, if you've completed that set, they should do like a snapshot if you held it, and then you actually have an opportunity, or like you're airdropped like a potion or whatever, that you can then receive like a collectible, or you just like receive something for that, like something special that's tied to that. And then anybody that has like all the complete sets, you know, would actually be able to get, like, let's say there's only like 1,900 people that all have like a GM set, would get something like super limited, like a gold Mickey or something, like, I don't know, spinning, rotating with music. Like, I just think like the possibilities are endless. But I agree with my collectibles, it opens the door. But I was shocked at first to see it, but at least there's FA Mini, FA Dumbo, so it still is not like just like
more
FAs to come.
Right. So these are all still crazy, right? I think when we look at like the Ruby set and like the 9th edition kind of series, then we'll be like, okay, these are starting to not be worth as much.
The diamonds.
The diamond,
well,
oh my god.
Have this again though, right, Magic? I mean, this is the Centennial Platinum. I mean, what, we have to wait 25 years or something for diamond, or what's the, like, there's nothing like, this is it. I mean, they're going to give us how many they're going to give us, how many characters they're going to want to give us. I mean, how many sets. They'll probably do more potions, like you said, or more stuff with those sets too. You can collect all the potions. Maybe you put all the potions together, and maybe it makes a super potion, and maybe that super potion makes the golden moments turn into something else. I mean, who knows, right? They can do whatever they want. But the point is that it's opened up the door, and finally, after months and months and months of them saying, Disney's not really into this kind of stuff, I don't know, finally it's here, and they're the first ones to do it. I didn't realize that when you said that a second ago, that Disney's the first one to do this kind of thing on the Vivi app. I know we've had burning and other things happen, but for them to actually do this kind of fun, like this kind of way,
do you know, sorry to interrupt you, do you know what I thought it was going to be? What I thought the big, like, kickoff sort of crazy utility was going to be? I thought it was going to be the Infinity Stones.
Yeah, that's still up for grabs.
Disney beat Marvel.
Yeah. Although they did the lamps. Was the lamps not the first?
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is like different though, right? Like,
totally. Yeah.
It's just like the next step. And like, I mean, I know we're all totally speculating. Nobody really knows what's going to happen with these Infinity Stones, but we're sort of speculating that would also be a burn mechanism, right? That you burn these stones to get the gauntlet. Yeah, that's what we're all hoping. But I just think if that does come to fruition, it's going to be kind of funny that Disney beat them to it.
Well, it's incredible. It's like what you said. That's very significant that they're the ones who, like, you know, after us hearing for like a year that, you know, off and on, well, Disney's not really, you know, they're pretty tight. They're not really gonna, I don't know. I don't think that, you know, like all this kind of stuff where we were wanting for the Goldens. And then they're always kind of like, Alex is always kind of like, yeah, but, you know, it's tough with them. And, you know, and they're the ones who do it. That's awesome.
It's pretty crazy. And what are they all worth right now? I just want to know what, like, because the thing is that's interesting is like most people are probably holding, right, because of the potion. So like it's pretty much probably just getting collected and not many people are selling, or like what is it? Is it gone up even?
Well, Minnie Mouse is at 135.
That went up. It was like 103 last I looked.
Yeah, Mickey's at 55 to 56. Donald, I have it right here, guys. Just so you know.
Nice.
Always right. Donald's at 60 to 80, 63, basically 63. And then Dumbo, which by the way looks incredible. Like I totally agree with you, Matt. That one looks so nice. Does that not look so good? Like
it's just the best looking.
278. Yeah, 278 to 280.
Wow.
Not bad.
Yeah, that's pretty much where a lot of people like set the price, right? I think like what's his name? Superstar Money did a really good job on what the technical analysis would be.
Nice.
You did too, My Collectibles, and then same with that other guy, Sergio.
Well, I didn't do any price predictions on these. I've done price predictions, and I'm starting to call them just predictions because the price predictions are pretty tough. Sometimes I have a good sense of it, like we all do. We kind of know. This one, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I didn't even want to even think about it. I was just like, no, I'm just going for Mickey. I want the poster. I want Mickey. I want the potion. And the rest of them, I'll see if I want them too. I wanted Dumbo, of course. Like, I mean, just because, it looks amazing, but I, didn't get it. But I was like, I wasn't even going to try to do a price prediction on this one. I didn't even want to do it. I just wanted to have fun with this one and go with it and like not try to, and because it's tough, and I'm sure they nailed it pretty close, which is great. I mean,
The other thing like I debated about too is, everybody's collecting these things, right? So that they can get the corresponding poster. And I don't like necessarily care about that all that much. So part of me was kind of like, do I want to just wait until after all the poster redemptions and then buy everything cheaper afterwards? But with the drop like this, it's just hard for me too. It's so hard. Like I do love these things, and I'm not a good predictor on market conditions. So I'd rather play it safe than sorry and pay for it financially. But I did think about that. Like, okay, I could just get one and like have a potion to correspond and then just get this stuff all later. I mean, we saw what happened with Golden Moments. I could just do that thing, but I'm like,
But there's no way these posters are going to be like, price low. Like, I think there's going to be so few.
Oh yeah. Right.
That like, you're probably better off trying to snag as many potions as you can and just minting the 4 and keeping the 1. I bet you they're going to fly, like at least initially. Like I don't know again what long term is going to look like, but these are like the burned potions for posters. Like this is a crazy, because you need to have like almost like $100 entry potentially. I don't know what they're going to run to just to be able to burn one to get a poster. So that should like factor in to the price of the poster in a sense, because you're essentially like having a pre-entry on what it would mean, right? Well, I guess not, because it would be just $30 a poster too. But you know what I'm trying to say? I just feel like I do not feel like they're going to be $30.
You sacrifice something for it, so like you want that sacrifice to be part of your price point.
Yeah, I also know I'm getting tired because I'm like, I'm not making any more sense. I've been doing this.
You were talking on that for like a whole hour or two with Lori.
I know, and then I ran 3 meetings today. I've just been talking all day.
Jack, come on, tell us. I want to know. Tell us about how you got into the app.
yeah, exactly. I think I've said this.
Let's hear how you're. When it first got you into collecting.
Yeah, that's right. Tell us about your life story, your medical history. Like, what else do you got for us? Yeah. So if you guys are okay, I'm probably gonna shut her down.
Yeah, I got stuff I gotta do too.
But I mean, like, not that I don't love you too, because I would, especially I don't get My Collectibles on it that much. So I told you, man, we got to do a one-on-one soon too. Like we got maybe like whenever you're free, next few weeks.
Yeah, man, anytime. It just you just send out say, hey, how about this time? I'll be like, yep.
Okay,
and Magic, it's great to talk to you too. I mean,
you too.
I know, and I wish Silicon was still here, and of course, Sean was here. I mean, it was so cool. I really appreciate the invite. I mean, this is the kind of fun stuff, like you said, like the interviews. I don't do a ton of those, right? I love this. It's we can just chat, you can read comments, and we can get into all sorts of stuff, right? And super fun.
Yeah, thanks guys. And like Randy does this all the time. It's just more of like a kind of like a high level, have some fun. And I think it was really cool because like what I love it's like organic things happen. Like we addressed VV Magic's whole thing and like,
Oh yeah,
you know, and like, and she said it so well, but it was just like, you know, you asked the Cookie Monster thing, like, should we have like, you know, come up as a community to like
just thoughts.
Yeah, but like in an interview, sometimes I might miss it, right? So it's like nice to just have things like just be open and chill. So
I agree.
We can like, yeah, I mean, I'm open to chatting a lot more, you know, like just because it's great to just share your thoughts with other people. We can talk about stuff and it helps, right? And I know people, when I'm watching you guys do your thing and I'm not involved in it, it's helping me too. Like just, that's why I watch everybody's streams, because, you know, it just helps you make decisions and kind of like, this is what the research is. When everyone says, do your own research, this is it. We're doing our own research, you know, for like, not just for money. I'm talking about just in general. This is what you got to do.
So true.
Yeah,
man. Well, guys, thank you so much. Legends. I think like everybody's just like Magic, my collectibles, Magic. Like this whole time, people love you guys. You know, big kudos as well to Silicon and to Comics and Crypto for coming on. And yeah, thanks for everybody tuning in. Unreal the amount of comments here. Damn. Oh, Hello K just came in.
Nice. Let's go. That's the fidgetal, right? You get a fidgetal.
Hey, if that's the reputation I got, I'm here for it.
The first Stevie fidgetal.
I will take that. I gotta start traveling the world with my Jello shots because they're pretty.
Big shout out too. So I want to give a shout out because Bob Sales is here and he's got a new channel. Please everyone go watch it. He's a part of my community too. Like he's on my channel, and there was something that happened on my channel where I kind of made a bit of a mistake with one of my NFTs, and he totally helped me out and like didn't have to. And so big shout out Bob Sales. Make sure you guys are watching his channel. He's one of the new channels that's making like really good breakdown vids. So
I've seen his content too.
Mind me saying that because he's a great guy, right?
Dude, 100. I commented on his YouTube video last night because first time I found his channel.
It's a good
and
one.
He had so many videos, and then they had like 8 or 9 people doing what we just did. So yeah, 100%.
And thanks again, Bob Sales. You know I love you.
And Magic will give you the final words. I want something spicy here. Like what?
Oh God!
What other things is? What other things do we want to unpack?
This is she might come clean now. Let's go. What else can we dig up?
Nothing else.
What other dead bodies are you hiding?
Yeah, we have to wait for the next drop announcement. Then it'll be a video we can call back on.
Oh man! So you got to get ahead of it. You got to get ahead of the negative press.
Go back and rewatch everything you've ever said.
Oh God.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. We're good.
Okay. Okay. That's it, everybody. Thanks so much, guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Good luck on the potion next week. And I'm sure we're going to get another big announcement tomorrow. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll check you all soon.